Hello, everybody. Welcome to Momo's really small camera that I'll fix in a second. Also, I'm hoping that there's not going to be lag. I don't know. It looks fine. I don't know what is up with my intro screen and why it's lagging so much. That was a screen recording. That wasn't even rendered. It was a recording of the render, and it's still... Whatever. The cameras aren't lagging. That's what matters. Welcome to episode 2. Let me fix Momo's cameras. Also,
Hey-o.
Mike is here. Say hi, Mike.
Mike.
Mike will be returning as fan favorite character Styx Bradley to save everybody after the shocking events of the end of episode 1. Anyway, announcements. I'm going to start off with merch announcements because we have done one thing in celebration of Mike's guest appearance on season 3. As promised, I have finally designed the Cool Rolf is Dead shirt. Now, Mike has not seen this. Also, I showed Panda and Nathan like 20 minutes ago. I don't think Momo was there for this.
Nope.
But I did do it. Let me get this all ready. Turn that off so I can bring it up onto the screen here. Now, we had the ethos in mind for this, and I poked around with it for a while, and what I sort of landed on, kind of unintentionally, I don't know how I got to this point, but it was like 4 a.m., so, who really knows what my thought process was? The best way I can describe the vibes that I ended up going with is album cover. So this is the Cool Rolf is Dead design that is now in the D&Dorks merch store.
Yeah! Hell yes!
Hell yeah.
So again,
it does look like an album.
That is
like an album cover.
that is on.
Cool.
It's on shirts, it's on hoodies, it's on stickers. So there's the Cool Rolf is Dead. The Cool Rolf is Dead design. Mike, I hope you like it. This was 4 a.m. this morning, so I did not consult Mike.
If not album cover, it's like not Sam Raimi movie you'd find in a blockbuster.
I wanted to go for like a grungy metal album cover, like B horror movie, and I'm so glad that's what you said because that was exactly what I was going for. All right, thank you very much, everybody. Let me I'll get the cameras back. But yes, that is available in our merch store, along with all the other designs from previous seasons, and the new stuff for this season, which, if you didn't see the first episode for some reason, is the Backspace logo stuff, the Necrocephali stuff, which, if you didn't see the first episode, you have no idea what that is.
No idea what that is.
And the Glib Pants, the newest sort of special item in the store, is the...
Still so insulting.
Oh, by the way, I do want to point out, Panda, I did look... like 2 days ago, at least one person has bought them. So Glib Pants do exist in the world.
Yeah, they're in my chat. I have
for sure.
Tell me that they bought them.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. That number might have gone up. I hope that number goes up because it's funny as hell. But I can confirm.
Are so insulting.
Glib Pants. Well, they probably haven't been made yet, but Glib Pants will for sure exist in the real world, which is excellent. And I will. Is it this command in my... I don't know my own chat commands. It is merch. I just put the merch link in the chat. If you're watching this after the fact, we probably have it in our description of our YouTube video, right? If not, we should do that. We'll handle that later. Any other announcements? That was my merch store plug. Anyone else have anything to do? Momo just reminded me of something important, which I'll do afterwards. Thank you, Momo.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, that was what Pat was going to say. Okay, so last thing before we get into the fun is there is going to be a slight format change. Let me turn that off. Going forward to how you can watch these lives after the fact. And we'll talk about this more. I wish I could do like a global announcement to all the followers, but Twitch does not have a setup for that. So, previously, the way that we handled everything was live broadcast on Fridays now, and then the following Wednesday, YouTube and Spotify and other podcast platforms drops there. That is not changing, but in the past, the VOD has been available on Twitch. And sort of on a whim last week, I happened to go and look at how many people had watched the VOD of episode 1, and it was huge. It was like 6,000 views of that VOD, which is crazy. Here's the thing that I looked up. Twitch VODs are not a very good system. There's no ad revenue from them. They don't boost the channel at all. And given that this is like the real full-time job of multiple people on this cast, we need the promo for the show. So The VODs from here going forward are not going to be available on Twitch. After the live broadcast of the episode, I am going to remove them from Twitch, unpublish them there. So if that was how you watched them before, I'm sorry, but they will still be up on Wednesday on other platforms, but it's just now you got to watch the live broadcast on Friday or wait till the following Wednesday to see them on the other platforms.
All right. Real quick, underrated plug. If you like us, you probably would like something I've come across recently. If you listen to a lot of podcasts, D&D, TTRPG podcasts, you should check out Spout Lore. It uses a game system I don't remember the name of. I think it's Quest. But basically, they do what we do, but they're supposed to do that, which is just spout lore and make it canon. They have like 9 seasons out, but their episodes are significantly shorter than ours, like averaging like 30 to 45 minutes, and you can listen to them on all podcasting platforms. That's Spout Lore.
I do enjoy as the DM that you guys acknowledge that you just kind of say things that I then have to deal with. I like the acknowledgement. Also,
It's part of the charm.
last question that I want to address from the chat. Someone said, Matt, are you thinking of making a glib plush? I have no idea what the procedure for that would be. If someone knows, sure.
As someone who has looked into plushes, because I've been asked for years to make a Panda Red plush, unless we can guarantee that like 200 or 300 of you are going to buy a glib plush, that's not worth the fucking price. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
We can't make a batch of 50. We have to make a batch of like 200, and then one of us has to keep those, and that's...
We have to keep them physically?
Yes.
There's no way.
You order them in a batch and then ship them out. That's usually how influencers do it. No.
I really do appreciate the people who are all here in chat saying, I want one, but that's 4 of you. There is
4 of you.
There is at max, like easily, I would say maybe we could sell 30 at tops. Like
Right.
Top.
Every single person in this stream plus an additional 33% of people to buy the plushes.
Like,
to break even. By the way, that is to
let's put a tangible goal on it. If we have like 3,000 Patreon followers, then I feel like
okay. If I shouldn't be saying this online because then people are going to want me to do it, and so that's why I'm saying this part up front, saying that this is me spitballing an idea I've never thought of before, and I'm committing to absolutely nothing. Like if we wanted to do it, we'd crowdfund it, right? Like that's the way that we would have to do it, which is not happening. Sorry, but I say things.
I'll tell these people when I tell fans of my music who ask me to come to their buttfuck town and perform. Okay? The best thing you can do is to tell all your friends about us, and then tell a friend to tell a friend about us. Okay? Spread it.
And
like
remember,
the plague.
Nathan thinks your town sucks. He said it on live.
4 or 5. Here we go. If like 4 or 5 episodes in a row we get over 1,000 viewers for consistently more than an hour, sure, maybe. But that's like the minimum barrier.
Yeah, you guys should. Nathan's right though. Tell your friends about D&Dorks so that I can pay my rent. I mean, so that we can buy. I mean, so we can make glib plushes.
That is 100%.
That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry.
For the
I kind of
plushes.
slurred my words a little bit there.
For the plushie.
Anyway, after this great intro, again, lag is fine for now. We'll deal with it as it progresses, which is nothing new. Let's get into the fun now. I was thinking about how exactly I want to handle the intro to this episode, whether we want to do, like a recap, because, I mean, I'm sure most people here have seen episode 1. But given sort of the nature of what happened at the end of the last episode, I don't think I want to do a recap, because I want to start at sort of in a similar place to where the first episode of Season 3 started, but this time, we're going to be focusing on Styx. So we're going to backtrack again. We're going to do a sort of meanwhile for episode 1 really quick. Explain what...
I also want to do a secondary question. Hey, Mike. Did you watch the last episode?
Yes, I
did.
No.
Okay.
To be fair, I asked him to. I was like, I don't...
How dare you!
I did not... Look, you want to know why I asked him to, Pen? It's because I didn't want to have to deal with explaining all the stuff again. Also, we're getting lag again. For the love of God, I don't know why.
I think it's fixed.
Has it fixed itself?
already.
All right. You know what? Screw it. I hope you're listening.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this on the Spotify, I hope you're enjoying yourself.
We're so sorry.
If you're listening to this audio
we're
only,
used to it at this point.
Oh, actually, Spotify has
I do know that Spotify has video, but I'm sure that not everybody listens to.
Yeah.
Or I'm sure some people listen.
If you're listening to us on Google Podcasts, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Dude, why don't you use Spotify?
What are you
They're
doing?
doing-
What the hell?
Okay. Now that we've insulted.
Close out Google Podcasts right now. Open this up in Spotify.
Now that we've insulted multiple people who carry
Now that
our
we've
platform,
insulted
let's get into
everyone
the
who
actual
listens
show.
to our thing on everything but Spotify, half of Nathan's listenership, and Streamlabs as a whole, let's go ahead and get into the episode.
Woo! We're burning bridges
All right.
today.
We're gonna have to record this.
This
on
is
Google
the
Meet.
shittiest
We're gonna get
intro.
fucking
This is the
banned all the way
shittiest
to
intro
fucking
to an episode
Vimeo.
we've ever done, and I'm kind of here for it. We need to start. I'm cutting this now. We're starting right now. So, for those who don't remember, we are going to do a little recap, not of episode 1, but of Mr. Styx Bradley himself, the character. At the end of last season, you guys might remember that we originally planned to have the season finale on a certain day, but then unfortunately Momo was sick that day, and so we didn't want to do the finale without one of the main cast members. So we, with I was gonna say 10 minutes notice, more like negative 10 minutes notice, since we had to change plans like 10 or 15 minutes in, we decided we're gonna push the finale a week, but we didn't want to skip a week since we had literally already started. So what I came up with was a concept that I called Oops All Goblins, which is that every person who's here, plus Mike, who was tagged in at the last minute, just makes a goblin NPC, and we're going to run a 100% improvised one-shot that, because I'm stupid and maybe a masochist, was canon to the main continuity of the series.
Yeah.
This provided a lot of very horrible things, but one of the dare I say less horrible things we had was Styx Bradley. So, Mike, do you want to give a little intro on your goblin that you made in 15 minutes?
Yeah, just a quick note on that. It was negative 10 minutes because I got the text and I was like, okay, this will probably start at like the top of the hour. Because I was doing laundry. I was on my way back from the laundromat when Momo texted like, cool, they're already on. It's like, oh,
Thank
fuck,
you.
okay.
Thank you, Mike, for saving that. Then I appreciate you.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure, and it always is, because similarly Slapdash with Styx Bradley, just minding his business, walking rat dogs, as was his current job. He's a paladin for hire, you see, a bit of a life coach type deal, you might hire. He crossed paths with the other goblins, with Nathan's and Panda's. God, I feel bad for not remembering the names. A lot of stuff happened. Big, funny improv stuff. Do watch the session. It's chaotic and fun.
Yes.
Long story short, Styx became the vessel of Vaktan, the god of knowledge,
of peace and wisdom,
and
created by Nathan, because Nathan just made it up.
Why did I do that again?
You did that for the Rangers of Power, the legally distinct Rangers of Power. This show is so weird.
Every single
clip
part
that.
of our
Someone
lore
clip
is
that.
tied into a different part of our lore that we didn't really think about.
Look, this is what
Everything
happens
built
when we
on
do
straw and sand.
this is what happens when we do an entirely improvised episode, and I am just truly foolish enough to say it's canon.
I'm gonna out myself right now. Mike, I'm so sorry. When Matt dropped the "Hi, my name is Styx Bradley" at the end of last episode, I had no fucking clue who he was talking about. I 100% absolutely forgot who the fuck that was.
We're not starting the episode.
If you watch that fucking video, you will see my blank stare of who? Like, I know that's a name we've heard. I have no fucking clue who that is.
I will take who the fuck is that over oh god damn this fucking guy, so don't feel bad about it. Anyway, Styx and Cog and Panda's characters, who both died, bumblefuck throughout the end of the world. The main party came to rescue them, and now they're just in Backspace with the rest of the crew on the ship.
So after that sort of half recap of, we're skipping the recap of episode 1, and we're going to do that later because this is sort of a meanwhile kind of thing. We're going to start with just Styx. So, again, Mike has watched the episode, and I'm hoping that you all in the audience have watched the episode. If not, go back and watch it. For the sake of time...
Real fucking confusing if you did not.
For the sake of time, especially because of this, I'm going to skip, the descriptions of Backspace, because, you've heard them all. Mike has seen the episode again. Though I will say, just for note, it is worth mentioning that the description of Backspace and all the grand spectacle that Styx is seeing here is probably a lot weirder for Styx than it is for the rest of the party because, again, Styx has been part of this adventuring lifestyle for probably all of 8 hours in canon. Maybe that much.
I totally forgot their whole story took place over the course of one episode.
Yes.
It was...
God,
literally,
man.
as the world was ending, hey, you want to ride? And now they're before time, outside of time, question mark?
Yeah, so Styx has been thrown into this area, but we're not going to start in, the core of Backspace, not in the actual, sort of city space station part. We're going to begin in the hangar. Now, we're going to set this up with, we'll begin right after the main party leaves, right? So the main party, after the appearance of Emerald, this mysterious figure that Styx has never seen before, but everyone seems very angry at for some reason. After Emerald appears and then vanishes and the party goes into the door, to follow and figure out what the heck is going on, the rest of the crew stays behind with the ship to figure out what's happening. And Styx is just there. So I think we're going to start off with, after the party leaves, Callisto, of course one of the people on the ship, turns to Styx and just kind of stares at you for a moment and goes, "I'm sorry, who the hell are you?"
Entirely understandable, please. My name is Styx Bradley. I am a paladin for hire. I do a bit of life coaching on the side, and I am the recently promoted vessel of Vaktan, a development that happened, give or take, 45 minutes ago. So, been a long day, as it were.
Callisto kind of just... He stares at you again for, several seconds, just uninterrupted, before it's gone, "Huh," and walking away.
I'm making friends. Was there there was a computer on the ship? What did they call it? Alfredo, Alphonse? No, that wasn't what's the Al?
The computer gets the computer, which is not named Artie in the first place, despite that what everybody calling it, does sort of respond, and you see, I guess you're on the top deck of the ship. We never established where you were, but we'll just say that. You see the computer sort of screen show up on the side of the garage, waiting for whatever questions you may have.
Hello there. My inclusion in this is a little bit slapdash, so just for my sake of curiosity, approximately how many Styx is get to this point, and how many of them are Vaktan? Does this happen often? I guess I'm meaning to say, because it's been a strange series of events.
The computer, thinks for a second. You see the animated figure pause, calculating, getting the numbers for you before responding. There are several entities with the designation Styx Bradley aboard Backspace. There are also several iterations of the god known as Vaktan, and I believe, and you see the pause, like a little buffering thing. After cross-referencing, there are a few instances where the two are combined. However, another sort of buffering signal, this is the first instance in which a Styx Bradley has come with this typical crew.
This typical crew, meaning the makeup of the crew, or specifically the butterfly that recently became acclimated?
The computer again pauses for a second. The butterfly, as you say, the entity with unknown designation, is not in my database, and I cannot comment on its appearance with accurate information. However, the crew that is assembled, and pictures of sort of generalized ideas of most of the cast as it stands, not exactly, because there's different variations. Many of these crew members are often found in the same ships that arrive at Backspace. Styx Bradleys, however, are not usually included with this group.
With this group?
Correct.
With this ship? There are other time traveler roundabouts that make their way here, and
It has happened occasionally, yes.
May I see it?
You don't have a tablet, right? I mean, you can get one, but yeah. So
No.
the screen shows a map, and again, as I described it in episode 1, it's presumably a map, but not something that you have ever seen before, because it's a sci-fi map of a space station, not a fantasy map. And it seems to direct you to a certain point within, you guess, the city, the place where you are, and the voiceover kind of comes over and says, most of the designations Styx Bradley are present in this location.
I see. Huh. Made a little bundle of sticks. Well
Damn
then.
it, that's funny.
Shut the fuck up.
But I do suppose that mean frogman said to stay put. Mercury, do you mind if I go explore?
Mercury kind of looks back at you, and you see like a brief pause on his face that you kind of interpret as like, who is this? Oh, right, Goblin. And then he kind of just shrugs. I'm not really sure who's in charge, so go for it. Do that voice right, but whatever.
All right, then, free reign. I suppose Styx will try to make his way there then.
So, notably, though this is more notably to the audience and the rest of the cast than it is to Styx, you do not get held up by any sort of like legal person when you enter the door. You enter directly into the main Backspace sort of courtyard area. You can speculate on your reasoning to that all you want, but regardless, that is what happens. And once again, I'm not going to go through the whole description. Sort of, futuristic New York City inside a space station, which, Mike, don't you live in New York anyway? So you have the imagery in mind. But yeah, if you're trying to follow the map off pure memory, I'm definitely going to need you to make a survival check for me.
Oh boy. All right, let's see how we do with that. Our survival is +3, not bad. Ooh, that's a 10? Nice 10.
You know what? That's, average enough. I think the average person can follow a map. So,
is this also on a grid system, but like entirely fucked up?
It's like a space. It's a space grid. I just put space in front of any adjective I want when I want it to sound fancy. So yes, you are able to follow the map roughly towards this location. Though there's one little detail that you don't exactly figure out, but I'll let you. We'll get there. You arrive at a very ornate building. It's actually maybe more fancy than you would expect for your history and especially your experience sort of with this group. Like, this is a nice building right here that you are standing in front of. Notably, though, there's a logo, sort of like an insignia on the building itself that says Good Bid Unlimited LLC.
That's a business fellow that was on the ship. Well, someone had to build this, and I'm thinking it wasn't the Styx with the funds. All right, well, fancy-ass building. Let's go inside.
You go inside, and I expect, again, to someone who is not incredibly familiar with the party, a sight that's equally as weird but in a different way, as you see a whole bunch of people who vaguely resemble the guy you vaguely know, which I'm sure is a very uncanny valley sort of experience, just happening there. No one seems to pay you too much mind, though. They're all going about their business. Again, there is a desk there, front desk.
We're gonna go up to the front desk.
I guess this would be the same, time-wise, this would be the same person that talked to Goodbid in episode 1, though beforehand. So the good kid, as I referred to her, looks over the desk at Styx and says, hello, how can I help you?
Yes, hello, Styx Bradley, Paladin for Hire. You probably heard the spiel from somebody else. I just came here I'm a new arrival, you see, and I saw that many sticks. I don't know how the plural on my name works. Point is, a lot of me came here, and I just figured I'd come here to get my bearings. It's all a little bit, my arrival was a little slapdash.
You see the good kid, not that you would know this name, kind of nod knowingly, and maybe not disappointed is not the right word, but kind of just like oh, all right. Before speaking, goes, Sticks, Brad, yes, you're in the wrong building, huh? You're gonna want to go out the back. Head out over to the behind this building.
All right, I'll go out back. You're not gonna shoot me now, are you?
No. Just no.
You're not gonna shoot
not
me.
now.
Alrighty, and we go to the
So
back.
leaving the building, there's not like an immediate like major street, but there is kind of like an alleyway next to the building, which is the only way that you can find to get back there. And going back, you enter a back alleyway where behind Good Bit Unlimited LLC, this very large sort of skyscraper, built sort of directly into the wall with a dome. I guess I should describe, this is in a dome, so this is gonna, I'm sorry for the audio listeners, but like the curve of the dome kind of intersects the Good Bit Unlimited skyscraper, and this alley is like the edge of the dome. So it's like a very sort of low, curved ceiling kind of thing, and built very ramshackle into the side of this is a clear sort of poor imitation of the Good Bit Unlimited style building. And it says Gob Bid Unlimited on it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yep, that's more in line for the Stickses. Sticks will enter Gob Bit Unlimited, my god.
And in Gob Bit Unlimited, once again, there is a... Actually, give me a perception check on the lobby of Gob Bit Unlimited.
Oh my god.
Alright, my perception is...
12 is fine. It's similar to the lobby of the building that you were just in, if it was made by a bunch of goblins who weren't trying too hard. Like, you can get there's a potted plant in the corner that was present in Good Bit Unlimited, but this one definitely painted cardboard. Like, not that you know what cardboard is in a fantasy setting. It's some sort of, sort of thin, almost wood-like material, whatever. But there is someone at the front desk. There are a couple goblins walking around. There's like a curtain that leads into the back that has been sort of painted to look like a door. You can get the picture pretty easily.
Well, it's more comfortable here. We'll walk up to the front desk.
So the goblin at the front desk looks not down at you. Both goblins, same height. He goes, oh, yeah, hey. What's up?
Hello, Sticks. I
Oh
presume?
no, I'm not. No, there's a couple Sticks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Here, but I'm not one of them.
Yeah. Well then,
Yeah,
my
I'm
apologies.
Twigs.
For assuming I've had quite the day. Of course.
you, man.
Hello,
God.
Twigs. My name is Sticks Bradley.
Oh my fucking god. This guy.
Oh God. It is a pleasure to meet your acquaintance, don't get me wrong, but I'm left wondering what exactly is the meaning of all this. I'm not too fond of the vibe of us having our own separate building behind the nicer one. What?
Oh, don't worry, I got this. Gob Bit Unlimited is the premier you see him reach like under his desk and get like a very torn and tattered piece of paper, and just without looking up at you at all, realize Gob Bit Unlimited is the premier competitor company to Good Bit Unlimited, whose tyrannical grip on Backspace is oppressive, and we do what? Who wrote this? Oh wait, I wrote that. You know what? It's the Goblin Company. Yep. we make goblin
Well, I didn't
products.
quite get quite the entire gist, but I do like your spirit, your anti-establishment spirit. You know, as someone from the sticks, as it were. The organization could do a little bit of work. Who would you say is in charge around here, if anyone?
That would be our CEO, Mr. Spigo.
Oh my god.
I told you guys in episode 1 that my goal for season 3 of this stupid show would be to balance comic book chaos nonsense and cosmic horror, and I'm trying my best.
Mr. Spigo.
Spigo. I haven't seen him since like episode 1 of season 1.
Sticks kind of shakes out and does a little adjustment. Well, I will speak to this Mr. Spigo? What was...
How mad do I want to make my audience? How much of a retcon do I want to do to piss off my... I mean, the answer's always yes. It's Spigo. It's short for... It's a nickname for Sprigs.
Wow.
Sure.
Wow.
Sure. All right, I will speak with this Mr. Spigo then.
And then the Goblin kind of pauses and goes, do you have an appointment?
Oh, No, I do not have an appointment. My apologies. Can I schedule an appointment?
No, you don't need one. I was just asking if you had... I don't know. It's...
Why would I have an appointment?
I heard the
Why would I have
people...
an appointment if it's not necessary?
Look, they told me to just ask what the secretary in the big building asked, and that's what she always says.
Listen, you seem like a fine young man, you really do, but you gotta get it together, Twigs. You really, really do. Look at you tattered. You couldn't even get through your spiel. You're telling me I need an appointment when I don't need an appointment. You gotta get it together. I'm sure this company has given you the runaround, but you gotta get yourself together, young man. Goodness gracious.
Twigs kind of pauses. He goes, that was a really good speech.
It wasn't my best work, but I appreciate the compliment. I will be going now. Thank you.
Someone in chat said, why is Matt doing a Stan Pines voice? As if that's not the exact vibe I'm going for. Like, why am I doing a Stan Pines voice? Because that's what this... because of course I am. Anyway,
The B on God is backwards.
Twigs points to the curtain door that leads into the back of the building. Goes, through there, third door on the left, I think.
Thank you, sir. We'll go through this curtain. I'm sure we will find more curtains as opposed to doors, but I will not break them.
Yeah. So, yes, you are correct. You find some curtains and then some just, like, empty door frames. It seems to not really be much of a system. But, yes, you see the third one on the left. Actually, give me another... well, you don't really need a perception check for this. All the doors on the right are not doors. They are just painted onto the wall. But the doors on the left, there are 3 on the left. And there's, you can get the idea.
Oh my god.
Good bit.
Right,
How does
I'm
it feel to
assuming the
have
empty
created
ones-
an underclass?
Imitation is a form of flattery. So
Oh yeah, that's
it's
the
a sign
word
of
I'd use for this.
All right, I'm assuming the empty ones count, so a 1, a 2, a 3. All right, to the left.
So, I mean, are you knocking on the curtain or are you just going in?
He'll go to knock on the curtain, and his hands just keeps going until he knocks on the frame, wherever the solid surface is.
As you sort of knock on the curtain, you hear a voice. God, what voice did I do for Spigo? That was a year ago. And this is a variant. I can make it have a different voice. Whatever. If he'll sound the same as the first guy, why not? You hear a bunch of, come in. I see the curtain shaking a little bit. I'll make it a little deeper.
Why, yes, that would be me. Hello, my name is Six Bradley, paladin for hire, and very, very recent arrival. I would describe it as most events happening to me that pertain to this happened all in the last hour. So, little lost, little turned around, just looking to get a foothold.
So this goblin, who I don't think you would have met Spigo, Sticks, because Spigo's not.
No.
Anyway, I don't think you've met Spigo. So you see this goblin in an office that is, for what it's worth, notably nicer than the rest of the building. Like, by far. This could pass as not like a great office, but like a notably better one for whatever reason. And the goblin...
Matt, does he still have the crown?
Huh?
Does he still have the crown, or is SG stealing the crown a consistent part of this character's backstory?
That's funny that SG stealing the crown is a consistent part of the character's backstory, so I'm going to pretend that was my plan.
That's a universal constant.
I hadn't thought about that because this is a different version of Spigo, but sure, no crown, but is wearing a nice suit. And again, when I say nice suit, not nice by the building standards, like surprisingly nice. And he kind of looks up and goes, "Oh, hey, you're Sticks Bradley. Those are usually upstanding guys. Welcome to Gobid."
Yes. I suppose the first thing on my mind is I asked the computer there where all the Sticks were, and they seem to all congregate here. Is there a specific reason? For that?
Not a lot of goblins make their way back here, and us goblins gotta stick together, gotta band as one to better ourselves as a society. Yep.
Well, there's plenty of other colorful characters walking around. I don't see why the goblins all... it's nice to have a little place to be, but... I mean, all the multiverses, and we all just... come here.
He kind of pauses for a moment and goes, "Let me pour you a drink," and then reaches into his actually nice wooden desk, pulls out this is sci-fi, but pulls out what looks to be some sort of expensive form of alcohol in like a nice fancy glass, pours one for him and then a much notably smaller one for you and slides it across the desk.
Sticks wearily takes a cup. Pardon me for pointing out the discrepancy between your accommodations and the rest of these accommodations, but you couldn't share any of this with your fellow goblin? Maybe give him some funds to spend on the town, get out of here, or get doors?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean.
Oh, the folly of a paladin. Oh, no.
You got a nice suit. You got nice alcohol. You got an office that doesn't look entirely decrepit, unlike the rest of the building. And it just seems like you've maybe put the very, very expensive cart before all...
Look, Sticks, I know you're a real... Again, like I said, most Sticks that I've known, very upstanding guys... I'm not sure what the hell is going on with your hands, but whatever, I'm willing to look past that. Sticks, have you ever heard of the concept of trickle-down economics?
Okay, so I'm going to explain the hands instead. I'm going to explain the hands instead of you explaining that to me. I've come into acquaintance with Vaktan. I don't think we're entirely fused or merged or what have you yet, but it's my understanding that other Sticks have also had this condition. You've never seen a Sticks with glowy hands, oh?
No, that's weird mouth. I'm not. It's creepy. I'm just gonna be. I don't mean to be rude, but it's very. I do mean to be a little bit rude.
This might be a little bit late to ask, but would I have seen any Stickses in the lobby or anywhere in this building so far?
There were notably less you saw like 3 goblins. There were like 2 in the lobby and then 1 at the desk. Presumably there are more doing things, but you have not seen them.
Is there any place where... I don't know if people live here, but surely people are working here. Is there some floor or somewhere where most of them are? The whole place seems a little sparse, and I'm not just talking about the decoration. I don't think I saw any Stickses, even though we're all bundled up over here, so...
Well, see, look, Stickses, you went one door too far down if you're looking for the Stickses. Because Sticks, you're nice, you're upstanding guy. I've said it 3 times, but I'm just gonna keep saying it. You're good with people, so you guys, usually, I'm not gonna pigeonhole you, but usually you're my sales agents, my marketing guys, and they're in the next room over.
Well, I will talk to them. I will take a long range check on that trickle down. What's it to call it? You were gonna explain to me, but I'm gonna go to the sticks now.
Whatever, man. If you don't want to understand the economic principles, that's fine.
I do not. I am leaving.
He kind of shrugged, and you hear him muttering to himself about something financials, but he just kind of lets you go.
Matt, does he drink both of their drinks?
Yeah.
Shoots his and then takes
if Styx didn't take his 100%.
He didn't drink it. So Styx.
Yeah.
Gotta leave that guy. Go one door down to find his fellow
Styx,
man.
I have a proposal for you. If you ever want to do a power move, just hold the cup with your hand and then tilt it back so that the hand drinks the drink for you and then set it down.
Oh,
that would be the scariest power move you could possibly do, to just be like, no, I'm fine, thank you, and set it back down again.
That would be a very fun way to find out if there are ramifications to vodka directly ingesting alcohol.
I'm gonna just shut up and see if it happens. That's the DM stance. Nathan.
I don't think that was covered in the lore doc.
Let me control F search drunk in your lore doc about the god of peace and wisdom.
Don't know about all that. I can't believe you. I'm still reeling with the fact that you turned Goodbit into fucking Ronald Reagan.
I didn't turn Goodbit into Ronald Reagan necessarily. You'll
turn Spigo into Ronald Reagan, and he's copying Goodbit. It's totally different.
Look. I have to criticize.
You're not.
I'm doing a future setting with a super company. I have to do this.
Listen, man, he didn't turn you into Ronald Reagan. He turned you into Donald Trump. There's a difference here.
Hey, there's more to the... There's so much... Good Bit Unlimited has been in one episode. You'll get the lore. You people calm down.
You can't hop on capitalism and hop off at the late stages. You're fucking in it, man. You're in this shit.
This is the character I've built.
Anyway, in the next room over is I'm going to do something that I've done a billion times over this series and describe it. I would describe it to the audience and cast as basically what seems to be like a call center. Of course, Styx has no concept of what this is. You see a bunch of goblins, many of whom bear quite a resemblance to you, sitting at these, strange metal tables, or I guess we'll just say they're metal, using these strange devices to communicate with people, and all of them are talking about presumably goblin products, whatever that is. You don't have the context for what a goblin product is yet, but that's what you see in this room.
I see. Very interesting. Can I point out a Styx that is clearly fused with Voktan, or someone who is in a similar situation to me? I don't know if that would show visually or anything.
You know what? Yeah, sure. We'll say there's a Voktan Styx. So, I mean, actually give me a perception check, because give me a perception check for this.
All right.
Hey Matt, is there a Krieglin?
It's a flat roll.
Did Krieglin ever survive, or did Krieglin immediately die in everything?
I mean, if I'm doing, let me just, we'll get there. Anyway.
What's the...
I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5. Yeah, no, you're not sure. There's a lot going on. It's tough to...
Failing that, I will talk to the nearest Styx.
The nearest Styx. All right. So, the nearest Styx is on a call. He finishes up his call, and he kind of just looks up. Oh, hello. Are you another Styx for the call center?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm decided yet, but I am a new Styx. Yes, very recently arrived.
Welcome. Pleasure to meet yours as well. He holds out his hand to shake.
We shake for a little too long. All right, I'm usually not the first one to let go.
Is that? I'm terribly sorry to make this encounter more awkward than it already is. Is that a hand? A mouth? Hand? What was that I was feeling?
My apologies. I should have given you forewarning. In fairness, it's fairly new to me as well, about an hour new. So, this is Voktan, and Voktan is me. Now, you know Voktan. We worship Voktan. I assume you do in your timeline. Who's it? We merged.
Congratulations.
I don't think it's fully
I suppose.
complete. And my hands and feet are like this.
And feet. Wow, that's fascinating.
And presumably it gives me some manner of ability. I don't know. I haven't explored terribly much. I'm sure there's time, if there is any here. So all the sticks have seemingly come here. Is that a great coincidence? Did you coordinate?
Most of the goblins end up, not necessarily all of them, but most of the goblins end up at Gobby. Look, Spigo is quite convinced about the... were you a member of the goblin territories back in your... Did they have that in your timeline?
The territories. Would they have that
I believe that is where you came from, which is like the tiny ring of like city-states that sort of mimics the bigger system.
I was actually going to ask Mike, had Styx ever left the like village where you walked rats?
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
I had assumed he had. I had assumed he had gone out looking for further paladin work and getting like life experience and stuff. I think Styx, maybe not all Styx, but this Styx would be at least a little bit better traveled than just the goblin territories.
Okay.
Hopefully. But not very far out.
The Goblin Territories is something that you would be relatively familiar with, which is, again, a little ring of city-states like around a lake that kind of mimic the culture of the larger nation or the larger continent of Vontrel, when Vontrel was a thing.
I see. Like the Goblin Territories. Okay, yes, this whole shebang...
Yeah,
makes moderately more sense, but
Spigo in his timeline, he was a king. He claimed in his timeline, he certainly had some sort of wealth that he brought with him to show it. He started spouting something about economics and how the goblins could mimic the workings of Backspace and a good bit unlimited on a smaller scale. It was all very convincing somehow. Yeah.
Somehow. Well, what was convincing about it?
I'm not... The Styx you're talking to pauses and goes, I'm not entirely sure.
Let me double check on the abilities if I have any. Could I guess, make an Arcana check? Check for some kind of charming? Okay.
Is our party gonna kill Spigo twice?
I got a 7. Shockingly, magic is not 6 strong.
Yeah, a 7. Not gonna get anything beyond what your intuition already would be.
Well, that's a bit perturbing, and we come here to the end or absence of time, and we just recreate what we had at home. I mean, it seems a little odd,
I suppose it's good to stick with what you know. This is an unfamiliar situation for everybody, and a good bit unlimited certainly made it work, so why can't we, was the point Spigo made.
Well, the end of the world, for one thing. I was going about my business, and me going about my business, the world ended. So I guess I was starting to think there may be a better methodology to live in.
As you're talking, I'm interrupting you on purpose because this interrupts you. You hear a voice just out of nowhere shout, "Goblin!" No one else seems to hear this. But you hear the voice, and presumably in your head, given that no one else has this, of the strange wizard that you spoke to very, very, very briefly, the very rude one that you were on the ship with, Callisto, if you even knew his name at the time, goes, "Things have gone to shit faster than I expected them to. I need you to get the ones that left, get them back to the ship, or find the ones that left, they'll know what to do." And then the call cuts immediately.
I'm going to put a rain tick on our conversation. I've got an incoming message, and I believe it's a very urgent, so I must go. And I think Styx is just going to book it. Like, that sounded very urgent, and looking here, his only other foothold, it's clear that this is not where he wants to end up. So he's got to make sure these fucking people are alive and
Perfect.
can help him.
At this point, where are you? Where is Styx going with this? With this understanding that it's not much information, where is Styx going?
I'm actually going to make a roll.
Yeah,
he's panicked. And
I was going to say, if you don't know, that's a valid answer in this case.
On the side, I rolled a 2, and I don't know if Styx would be savvy enough to be like, Goodbid's name was on the building on the other place. Because otherwise he would just go to the ship. In fact, I'll say in character, Styx reaches the doorway of Gobbid Unlimited and is like, wait, where am I going? I'll try that fucking building. And he will decide on Goodbid Unlimited.
Perfect timing. So, at this point, I'm going to take over, and we're going to do a little bit of a time skip here. So, trying to look for his Goodbid at Goodbid Unlimited provides no results, because at this stage, they wouldn't be there yet. Goodbid left a little bit before, but not much before, and they were delayed with the whole legal nonsense that they got caught up in. They had to go to the sort of faction headquarters first. There was a lot of stuff. So Goodbid has not been registered in the Goodbid Unlimited system yet.
And we had to stop
there was that was a whole thing that canonically took a little bit of time. So
there was a lengthy old person describing technology bit.
There is no result for Goodbid at Goodbid Unlimited. And if you return back to the ship, everyone is gone. Ship is there. No information whatsoever. Everyone is gone. Artie refuses to give you any information on this whatsoever. At which point, we're going to say, some time passes. So here's the question, and feel free to answer however you want, even if it's just kind of, I don't know again. What is Styx doing for about a month? Is Styx still looking? Or is Styx giving up and figuring out something else to do in this time? Basically, how are you giving up this search after a certain amount of time, or are you looking for a month? And again, I know I've described this very abruptly. That's because that is how it happens. You get the message from Callisto, and everyone is gone. I describe it bluntly because that's how it happens.
How dedicated is your palate?
Yes.
To people you just met.
To people you barely met a couple hours ago.
Yes.
Styx very dedicatedly searches for about a week, at which point he loses some steam, at which point the searching becomes, I'm looking, but also just exploring the space station. At first it was a run, and it eventually became an amble, and hopefully I will find them along the way.
Around.
I am looking around.
All right,
yes.
Perfect. So that's fantastic. So time skip will, again, if this was like an animated series, we montage of Styx dedicated searching that just kind of trails down into sightseeing over the course of the month.
3 times a shot is repeated of him just petting rat dogs.
Yes. I am same exact animation of you petting rat, different background, but the animation is the exact same as the background flicks through.
Secondary question: Did you get a secondary job of walking rat dogs in that month just to get money at some point?
Perfect.
Yeah, does he have a
whole
All right.
quest? Yeah.
So this goes for the sake of everyone's time. This goes on for about a month. We're not going to role play on a month of Styx walking rat dogs. But one day, as you are walking rat dogs in the sort of main courtyard, you pass a Goodbid. Now this is not particularly odd. You pass Goodbids fairly regularly. I mean, you're operating sort of close to Goodbid Unlimited. But this time, when you pass the Goodbid, your right leg, which has been largely silent, swings into the air and starts speaking. I don't remember what voice I made for Vaktan at all, because it was pretty much only used during the God Force episode. So whatever it is now, we're going to just say that it's the same as what it was. That that's what it always was. We're retconning it. And it kind of swings up and goes, "That Goodbid. Follow that Goodbid."
Okay, nice to hear from you, Righty. Okay, well, I'll follow the good
And following the good bid, you follow him back to his office, up to, back to the Good Bid Unlimited building, up to the office, and now we will pick up at the end of last episode. So Nathan, you are now in the scene. Styx has entered, sort of dragged in a little bit by his foot after dedicatedly searching for a month. And here we go.
All right. Oh, hello.
Hello there.
Did you have an appointment with me? Sorry.
No, I suppose I was looking to get a foot in the door.
Right.
My name is Styx Bradley, and I think I need your help, or more, I think I need to help you. Things have happened, and I'm hoping you know something of it.
Right. Well, first of all, welcome to Good Bid Unlimited LLC, where we only conduct good business. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Bradley. What can I do for you? What can you do for me? I like that talk.
Well, and I do forgive you if you've forgotten me. I don't think I'm a character who stands out too much, but we actually arrived here together on the same ship. You know, you had your frog friend and the Mercury and Callisto. I think that was the wizard and the butterfly. You're looking a little bit. Does this ring a bell?
No, Mr. Bradley. Now, this may be a good time to say before we move forward that already in this conversation, I'm going to have to hit you with an unscheduled meeting fee, as well as an occupied space fee for standing in my office without a meeting. You look a little dirty. You might as well add on the cleaning fee for after you leave.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're really going in with episode 2, the anti-capitalist
I hope that's
one.
all right.
Hell yeah.
Now, I will be willing to conduct business with you and help you get to the bottom of this problem, but, nothing is free. Anyways, continue. Tell me more. Who are these creatures you say I know? I mean, I see a lot of people every day, but...
Styx just aside to his right foot. You sure this is the right
It's him.
one?
It's definitely him. I'm the god of wisdom. I can tell these things.
So, are you speaking to your foot right now?
I am. Actually, that's a great jumping off point. Shortly before we parted, before I left the mortal plane, whatever you want to call it, I became Vaktan's vessel. So that's what the glow-a-hand situation, why the foot was in the door, all that happening. God powers, as it were. And if I recall correctly, you might be familiar with such god powers yourself.
Matt?
I was wondering when that was going to come up. I feel like it would eventually. So, Goodbid presumably still has the powers in some capacity.
Because you said it was like having a master's degree.
Yeah, so here's the... Yeah. Goodbid kind of maybe has the powers. You don't really remember, how you got them. You remember seeing it, on... Actually, I don't even think you would have necessarily. Now that I'm thinking about this, yeah, I don't think Goodbid knows. I don't think Goodbid knows that you have the powers, because that is... I'll tell you this. That is one of the reasons you have the job that you do, but, when you're given a job, you're not given a list of reasons why you got it, and you don't have memory of getting them. You have them still, technically, but you don't have memory of why.
We know that I have them.
Yes.
Goodbid does not know what he's
know that you have them, and it's worth noting that, though you don't know this, other people at Goodbid Unlimited also know you have them, but Goodbid does not.
Interesting. Would you think I would have, the equivalent of, like a PhD on my wall or something that says God powers or some shit?
Here's the thing. I think that is something that presumably you could have gotten. I don't think that I don't think that you would have, because you don't know.
Okay. Right. Okay, for sure. Yeah. Okay, so Styx is just like something. You're a god too, right? I go, oh, I'm a god? Well, I'm very flattered that you think so. I am very good at my job, after all.
No, You know, it's a common thing around these parts. You have god powers. I'm pretty sure you do.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead just ahead of time. I'm going to slap on a counseling fee as well as an emotional outburst fee. Because you seem to be getting a little...
We can stop with the fees, and I am getting a little bit emotional, but
I can always hit the button on my desk and add a forced removal fee if you would like.
No, just a little bit more explaining.
Okay.
The last correspondence I got on the matter of our knowing each other was the crew left on our ship telling me that I needed to get you, the frog, and the butterfly together, and then radio silence, ship was empty, everyone was gone, presumed dead.
Well, now that does sound like a tragic story, but...
Please do not write a fee.
Listen, Mr. Bradley, I'm not entirely sure what kind of business you're wishing to conduct today. What do you want from me?
I want to save the world, I think. I really do. Or at least find out what's going on with the ship and the people who are on the ship. My buddy Cog was on the ship, and he doesn't deserve any of this. He left his mother behind on the mortal plane. He's probably very confused, and as a fellow goblin, I want to make sure he's okay. Wouldn't you do it for friendship, if not for money?
Right. So we can get you in contact with some people to...
Stupid episode.
Right.
Fuck. We can get you in contact with missing persons. We have many connections all throughout Backspace. Backspacians come to us for many services.
Hang on. No missing persons, none of that. There was a piece of information I think I remember happening. Do you remember the name Emmy?
Now, interestingly, that of course does have some sort of effect in Backspace. Now, there's no physical effect saying you've all said it before and things happen, but actually, I want... Good bid, this is going to be weird. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
I was going to wonder if you were going to have me make a check or something to see when Sticks...
The question being, do you want to succeed or do you want to fail? It depends on sort of where this is coming from.
That is the question. Let's see how I feel about this dice roll. I have advantage against being charmed. Does that have anything to do with this?
I don't know exactly how. I'll factor it into my calculations, and I'll say that. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Oh. So the dice rolled a 21.
Okay, that's pretty good. That name does sound really, really notably familiar. But again, it's a deja vu kind of thing, where it's that's definitely something that you've heard before, but it doesn't come with any context, if that makes sense. It's the thing you've heard before, and that's sort of the end of what you can get, which is notably
hearing Sticks Bradley last episode. That's what the...
No, more than that though. There's definitely a mental something weird just happened.
Okay. So Goodbid, holding his little notepad, sets it down, makes a face, making something canon once again. I lean into a little microphone I have on my desk and go, call off the security and cancel my 5 o'clock. Thank you.
That was the most innocuous thing you've ever warned me about making canon. That's fine.
Also, Capri Sun sales. Get me that pronto.
Look, you.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Anyways, Goodbid turns back to Sticks and goes, "Now you've piqued my interest, Mr. Bradley, because the name Emmy does ring a bell, but I can't seem to place it."
It was this child that didn't exist, or you couldn't see it, or it's something or other. Some magical mumbo jumbo was going on, in line with the magical mumbo jumbo pertaining to where we currently are. Right.
Okay, for sure. And this is one of your friends that's missing?
Recent acquaintances bonded by a very important situation. I did not know them, but I need to find them. Yes.
All right. Tell you what, Mr. Bradley. Not very many interesting things happen in this office. And I am due on a vacation day. I haven't taken a single one. So, tell you what, I'll come with you. Show me where you need to take me, or whether you just need to have a conversation. I'll clock out at the front desk, and we can go somewhere and talk about it.
Now, at this point, I'm going to interject with one thing that's like a little bit of lore that sort of Backspace, not native, but you know what I mean, Goodbid would know. The one thing, if this does come up, just mentioning it for the sake of everyone knowing, Butterfly, if, much like the robot was able to do originally, if you hear like Chaos Butterfly kind of thing, Nathan, you're not going to know what that is, but that is something that you would probably be able to identify as like, oh, that's probably a Chaos Orthodoxy thing, just for note.
Right.
And if you hear like tentacles, you can maybe pin that to like the necrocephaly or something. So you don't know specifics, but just you have a slightly better idea of the world of Backspace than you did before in episode 1, since it's been a month. Just for note.
Right. And I guess as we walk out, I'll walk out with Mr. Bradley. And go, now just so you know, I will waive the unscheduled meeting fee, but I will be adding on an out-of-office work fee because you'll have me working on my vacation day, just so we're on the same page.
I'm so
cool.
scared of what this bill is going to look like.
I hope Nathan's writing them down.
What fees are like at Goodbid.
I'll invoice you when it's all said and done. But, you know, everybody's got to have a passion project.
Goodbid Unlimited, I feel like, is the people who have, like, $20 convenience fees on top of an $8 charge. Like,
Yeah.
Wait till you guys find out what Goodbid Unlimited does. You haven't found out all the details yet.
Don't say that! What the fuck?
I've missed playing a capitalist pig. I really have.
Too much character development. No more fun.
it was too much of a good person. I need to play a piece of shit capitalist.
He's had too much character growth. Let's
Hey,
put it
fine
back.
by me. I'm the guy who mentioned trickle-down economics 15 minutes in.
All right, Stick says here. All right, we gotta go somewhere. Roddy, any input on where that might be?
So the foot, like, you kind of hear like a maybe you should look, I'm the keeper of bravery. I saw the good bit. I said go. I'm not the...
Of course. I'm still getting around my systems. Apologies, Mr. Goodbig, that's maybe take me a moment. Okay, well, let's spitball it, you and me. I don't think the limbs are necessarily going to get us anywhere else. We got to find the frog glip. Many of them around here. I've learned the name by now. And the butterfly, which I have not seen anywhere. I suppose.
Continue.
I think he mentioned something about eating stars. Was he from something about chaos?
I'm sorry. Are you talking to me or your limbs?
I'm talking to you and the limbs and anyone who listen and maybe give me an answer. I'm just throwing it out and see what sticks to the wall, as it were.
Right. Oh.
In the last episode, Bella was supposed to have also gotten a job at Goodbid Unlimited.
You'll see Bella.
No. You interviewed at Goodbid Unlimited.
Yeah.
You didn't get the job.
You interviewed
and knew someone. You didn't get shit.
And Goodbid did a spell.
I did.
You know what, actually?
To hype himself and only himself.
Actually, Goodbid, I want you to roll...
Yeah.
I guess a history check
Yeah.
would be the closest thing. This is more like
Here we go.
It's not a business check.
Did I get fired immediately?
Did you even get hired?
I got
13,
a 13.
that's enough. I was just it was just really to see how forgettable this was. Goodbid, as Styx mentions butterfly again, you do sort of remember, like, this weird... There was a butterfly that showed up in your office on, like, day 2 saying something about having a job, Butterfly did not seem incredibly ready for a job of this caliber, and you just sort of, I assume, called security and didn't think about it again. But you have seen this creature, perhaps.
You know what? I do know a butterfly. Strange creature came in claiming to be something about my work partner or my assistant.
Well, that's
Fired them immediately, of course. Slapped them with about 12 different fees.
Oh.
Never got collection on those.
I really.
We can find this creature, actually, now that I think about it.
You can.
They owe me money.
I really did not get to know you as people. Okay, well, we will take any solution we can get.
This may turn out as good business for me. Where can we, if I remember right, I would say the best place we could go is Chaos Orthodoxy. They make all kinds of weird gabagoos.
Correct. That is the place that you would want to go. But at this point, I think we're going to actually jump over really quick to Bello. We're going to jump over to Bello just to sort of establish what's happening with Bello. So, Momo, this is really a question for you. Bello showed up with very little memory other than, like, maybe I'm supposed to have a job, and then immediately got fired from the job. What has Bello been doing since that time? And again, this is pretty open-ended. Bello with no memories has been screwing around in Backspace for a month. Where are they? What are they doing? As best you can tell.
Well, without memories, Bello still remembers going to, like, and meeting Polnari,
Yes,
right?
that still happens. The details of the conversation are hazy, but the general memory, yes.
I think that's the only other place Bello knows. It just goes right back there, and it's like, I got fired from my job already. I don't really know what else I'm supposed to do. Do I just, like, stay here with everyone or all of you guys?
Yes, is basically the answer. Polnari, I was gonna say do a sense motive check, but I don't really think you would have sort of the capacity to notice this. But just for the sake of the visualization, Polnari does clearly tell that, like, something is up. Polnari obviously has pure memory of this event, but not that you are aware of this. Doesn't really do anything to change it. Just kind of, yes, that would be acceptable if that is your wish. As a chaos being, you are, of course, welcome in our territory. You may do as you wish.
All right, you got cards?
Cards?
Yeah, you want to play cards?
Of course. After a brief pause, and then like some hands kind of, twist out of the walls of the thing and manifest like a simple deck of cards. Something. They look weird, but
is it?
I would assume so. Yeah, actually, sorry for that.
That's
I would assume so. But yeah, so Bello.
Flesh cards.
Yeah. Bello just kind of is chilling in the Orthodoxy territory. So now that that's been established, we'll cut back to Goodbid and Styx, who again I'm not going to go through the whole description, but you guys now understanding the map a little bit more from Styx being a dog walker and Goodbid working here in the business area, are able to get to the Orthodoxy area. Though I will say, unless either of you explicitly want to have done something there over the past month, which I will allow, I don't think you would have had any reason to go there, because it's kind of like, it's seen as a cult by most places. So,
right.
Seen as a cult kind of is, but, the maliciousness is debatable. But yes, you guys take this train, seeing more and more Chaos Orthodoxy members as you head on, and enter the Orthodoxy dome with its large sort of flesh tree and web of things that extends throughout the whole thing. I don't want to use the phrase corrupting, but that's kind of what it looks like. There are weird creatures all over. Notably, you don't see a butterfly immediately, but again, there's a myriad unique beings here. And I would imagine, of course, it is very unsettling just in general. Though, Goodbid, you feel something just weird about this place, as if something in the nature of this area just doesn't sit right with you for some, like, just deep in some aspect of your being. It's like, something's wrong.
Definitely gonna have to add on a spooky fee for this.
But yeah, this is where you guys are. You've never been here before, but you got to find a butterfly.
Well, I don't reckon this place has a front desk.
No, I reckon not. Gosh, I wish I remembered more. I guess let's just walk around.
Well, I've been walking around for a month, so I got no qualms with more walking.
You guys start walking around. The chaos beings that are around Goodbid, you get a sense that like something they feel the same sort of odd sensation that you do as they get near you. They kind of shy away when you get close. Some of them give you weird looks. Give me a perception check.
Okay. That is a dirty 20.
As you get close to the sort of webs of iridescent flesh that permeate the whole area, they sort of start to... The colors stabilize slightly, and they sort of shy away from you, sort of wiggling away, inching away, just slightly. Not a lot, but enough that you notice them. And, Styx, you can make me a perception check to see if you notice this as well. I'm not sure how much information that would give you, but... Yeah, you notice this as well for what that's worth.
Oh.
You're not seeming so welcome around these parts.
I didn't want to judge, but I agree. Are you getting any weird looks, or are they looking at you? They must be looking at you, right? Or are they looking at me?
I don't much appreciate that assumption. I don't much appreciate that assumption at all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And of course, Styx is right. It is pretty much mostly Goodbid that is getting the strange looks in this area.
Well, let's just hurry up and conduct our business and be on our way. Have you found it?
You go.
Have you found this butterfly yet? I'm watching left. Are you watching right? Or is there even left and right in here?
Make me another perception check as you continue to look. 22. You notice that behind you, a notable distance behind you, but there seems to be a couple of these beings following you.
We got trouble.
Like specific trouble or general trouble?
Don't look behind us. Look straight forward, but there are people, beings, whatever you wish to call them, following us. Don't know for how long.
Now I'm gonna cut over really quick. Just not even a scene change. Just Bello, make me an Arcana check.
I am good at that. I got
a 7. Okay,
Wow.
never mind.
Yeah.
Wow.
Never mind.
Right.
It was a 3 on the die.
Pretend I didn't say anything.
So much worse.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm good at that.
The area we're walking in, is it like... I know the place is weird, but is it like a street that we're walking down, or is it like...
Think of this area sort of like, visually, like a post-apocalyptic city that's been like taken over by plants and overgrowth, but instead of green plants, it is this weird sort of chaos flesh stuff.
Right.
So
Okay.
are we talking like Last of Us, like everything's covered in like mushrooms, but instead of mushroom?
I have not played or seen Last of Us, but I would imagine yes.
Hate that. That's gross.
Yep.
Is there sort of like... Because now Goodman realizes he's being followed. He wants to enter into like a more crowded area. Can I perceive something like that, like a mart?
Yeah, you can head. Let's say there's like a sort of bizarre area, and given that this is futuristic, it's more like a sort of like, I was just in Seattle like a month ago. Let's say it's like a weird, corrupted like Pike Place market. That kind of thing.
For sure. I gesture for Mr. Bradley to follow me, saying we'll lose him in the crowd. Come on.
Okay, I reckon we might stand out, but okay.
You can roll a stealth check, but I also I have a specific question. Are you trying to avoid touching this flesh stuff, or are you not worrying about it?
I imagine I can't avoid touching the people, but I'm definitely not walking up to
like
weird goop and
the
touching nothing.
natural features of this place. In that case, you can do a stealth check.
No.
But as you get into a more crowded area, I'm also going to need you to do a just basic dexterity check. So you can give me both of those sort of in sequence.
Stealth.
Someone just
Stealth
said
was a 21 for
flesh
me.
market, and I'm going to lose my shit.
I hate you.
God.
I hate you with my soul. I live
that
here.
wasn't my fault. That one wasn't me.
Oh, it's not you. Whoever said that. Fuck you in particular. That hurts to hear. This is my
What was the other
Just a
trick you
flat
wanted me to make?
dexterity check to see if you can avoid touching the stuff.
Okay, so I got a 21 stealth, but I got a 5.
Okay, so good bit, and this again, Sticks, if you want to avoid touching his stuff as well, that's fine, but there's a specific reaction that good bit's going to have here. So, also, I know the lag is spiking a little bit, Chad, I'm sorry, it just happens sometimes, but it's not bad enough that I want to restart, so we're just going to roll with it as it is. I think the audio should be fine, and that's really more what matters. So, good bit. As you sort of make more of an effort to focus on stealth and hiding, you pay less attention to, the environment around you, which I think is natural. And as you do so, I will look at that in a second, Panda. Panda just somebody's stomach. As you do so, you kind of brush up against some of the gross, flesh stuff, and almost immediately feel almost like you're going to vomit. That same feeling that you felt of, the sort of weird deja vu when Styx said the word Emmy comes rushing back 10 times worse, to the point where it is like physical nausea. And you hear, how do I phrase this? You hear like the sensation of a voice talking, like there's a sort of voice in the other room that you can't make out, saying something to you. Styx, you of course feel and see or hear none of this, but you can see Goodbid's reaction to it.
Oh. What the hell?
You okay? What happened?
What?
I said, what happened?
I don't... What? Oh, man.
As this happens, Bello, make another Arcana check.
Alright, let's be good at this again. Alright, that's... that's not much better.
A 10? Yeah.
Maybe stop saying
Yeah, you're Bellows
Good.
not paying it. Bellows still playing cards. Bellows not paying attention at all. Nothing happens there.
Like, just from Bella's point of view, just see out of a
Actually-
window. Out of a window.
Yeah.
Just like Goodbid and Baktan / Styx walking around.
Bella's playing cards. What did you say?
Give me Goodbid. Actually, Goodbid, give me an Arcana check as well.
Okay. Huh. I got a
You're
dirty
rolling
20.
really good this time. You're stealing all of Bellows' good
I'm
rolls.
rolling really high. It's on that dex check.
Yeah,
Well, that dex check was probably when you wanted to fail, to be fair. So yeah, that's a good thing. You through this voice with your inherent god abilities, not that you have them necessarily, you do get a sense of what is being said, and it is again more of a feeling than it is literal words, but you get the sense of like opposing forces out of balance, something being like masked behind something else is sort of the sense that you get.
Ugh. Something being masked behind something else.
Would Goodbit vocalize this to Styx?
I would probably. Do I just hear this noise constantly, or was it like a one-time thing?
You touched it, and there was that wave of nausea and that sensation, and then I assumed you stopped touching it when that happened. After you stopped touching it, that went away after a couple seconds.
Okay. Something is not right here. Things are not as they seem, and frankly, I do not think we belong.
Well, it is a chaos realm, but I do think I get your meaning. You seem to have a little reaction there to the what's it?
Yeah, the what's it indeed. This environment is quite hostile.
And the same thing seemed to happen when I mentioned that name.
Yeah, don't do that again, please.
I won't.
Thank you.
I won't. But maybe we should chase that feeling a little bit. Because that feels like more progress than we've been getting walking around here.
I mean, I said, well, why don't you touch the thing? Why don't you touch the stuff?
I will touch the stuff, all right?
I did it.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. If I'm going to ask you, I got to do it too. And you will touch the stuff.
Styx, when touching the stuff, gets another bad feeling, but a distinctly sort of different bad feeling. The thing that you feel is really as much a feeling of like a metaphysical concept than it is a physical thing. You touch this, and you can immediately tell just by the way it sort of feels to your soul that this is a force opposite to you. I believe you know that Vaktan is an order god of some form, and this place is called the Chaos Orthodoxy. Not that big of a jump to assume that, like, oh yeah, this is an opposite force. But it is, again, if you discuss it between yourselves, it is a more clear sensation than what happened to Goodbid. Goodbid had this feeling of, like, masking and hiding and things out of balance, where Stick is just like, that's, like, reverse magnetic polarity. I don't want to touch that anymore. That's about it.
Well, it didn't feel good, but I don't think I got...
Yeah,
but I don't think it was quite the same as yours. You seemed a little whoa. I was fully aware of my faculties. It was just bad, so...
Right, well... what did you learn?
You should touch...
I should also know, since someone else touched it, Bello, Arcana check.
Okay.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's the charm.
You are not good at this. Don't say you're good at this.
Fellow sucks at this.
16? 16 is enough. So, Bello, being sort of more connected to these concepts than the things around you other than presumably Polnari, you do feel like sort of like a beacon. Like, and actually, this makes more sense since it was Styx doing it than the DC would be lower for Styx doing it than Goodbid. You feel that sort of opposite polarity pulse from somewhere, off in another area of the territory. Like, imagine like someone turned on like a magnet and you can feel like a wave of sort of force and you can tell the point that it is radiating out from.
Oh, we're gonna have to pause our game right now, Polnari. Something's amiss.
Polnari nods. He just, he seems to know what's going on. He just...
Yeah. So I take my card. I think Bello has a connection to specifically one card that they don't play ever, and it's the 10 of Diamonds, and doesn't have any idea why he never plays this card, but he just takes it with it. He's still holding the one card, and it's just opens up a window for him to exit out and flies outside looking for where that ping came from.
And yes, you are able to figure it out. Yeah.
Is it still connected to Polnari? Or
we'll say that this is separate. Has been separate. It was still generated from.
Still bad.
Yeah, it's still a flesh card, but it is not tendril connected to the environment at all times. This is not Bella's new child leash.
Still bad.
But yes, you are able to figure this out, but it'll be a couple minutes before you get there. So Styx and Goodbid, Bello is on the way. Not that you know this.
Right. We cut back to us. I would argue that maybe my pain was greater than yours, and that's why I had a harder time dealing when I touched the weird stuff.
And I would argue that greater pain is indicative of greater progress toward our goal.
By God, you're probably right. I'm good, aren't I?
If that's the conclusion you want to draw, I'm perfectly happy to follow you.
It makes perfect sense that someone of my stature would be able to progress us forward in this business. So I suppose I will touch it again if I must.
All right. You...
Hey! What are you up to? What are you doing here?
Butterfly!
That's a butterfly!
I found it.
Also, someone in chat had this idea that I kind of like, and I will, I'll sort of leave this up to Momo's discretion, but someone that has spending time in the Chaos Orthodoxy territories made Bello physically bigger. And I think, Momo, if that is something that you want, sure, that makes lore sense. If you want Bello to be larger than he was, and that is, again, up to you, but...
I say, like, he's definitely larger, but I wouldn't say large enough to now be a medium-sized creature. I still think, like, small, but, like...
Bigger, but not bigger in a statistically significant sense. Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha.
Right. Like, now it's going to be quite uncomfortable if he were to sit on his head.
All right, so yeah, this butterfly appears. I'll say, since you guys kind of said at the same time, this butterfly probably appears right as Goodbid is touching the tendril again. Bello, now that you are very close to it, make me an Arcana check for some more specific details of the situation.
Just gonna roll.
Oh my God, we're back to this. It's a 9.
That's weird. The guy touched it, and it was weird.
You're not supposed to touch things. Did your parents ever tell you not to touch things you don't know?
No. Hey, listen, you owe me about $3,700 in fees.
And more importantly, we think we all know each other.
He thinks we know each other.
Number one, the concept of money is fake. That's what Polnari taught me.
That's
so I don't owe you
100% what Polnari would say about it.
And number two, I've never met you before. I think I've met many good bits before, but I don't think I've met any of you. Well, hi, my name's Bella. What's your name?
Well, my name is Mr. Goodbid with Goodbid Unlimited LLC. We only be conducting good business. You said Bello? Is there a last name or a surname?
No, it's just Bello.
Right. Just Bello. All right. Well, listen, I don't know you either, aside from a vague memory of you storming into my office talking about having a job.
Well, and my own story. You see, I believe that we actually came to this place together. You, me, and Mr. Goodbit here. Excuse me, I need to reset my accent.
I feel that.
Preach.
I was definitely just drifting into the space bread. I believe we all came here together on the same ship, and were separated for some reason. I got a message from a Callisto to gather you, Mr. Goodbit, and a third individual of your, let's call it a main party, and get them together. And also the people who sent me said message are missing and presumed dead. So it's a bit urgent.
This does not sound at all familiar to me.
Thank you.
Well,
the hippie's making sense.
Well, we only have 2 pieces of the puzzle, and the touch seems very important to this whole puzzle. Have a handshake. Do a handshake. The both.
Interesting. Okay.
It don't have hands, Mr. Bradley.
Well, pick a limb, Mr. Goodbit.
I'm holding my card closer to me and use my other hand.
Now that is actually pretty interesting. I did not, for some reason, I should have anticipated that you guys would shake hands, but for whatever reason I didn't. But I do know what would happen in this case. So, Bello, as you reach out to touch Goodbid's hand, you sort of imagine this like you reach through something. Right, you feel this sort of familiar aura of chaos around Goodbid, this chaos energy that is, what makes up a lot of your body. But as you get closer and inevitably contact, you touch him and feel that sort of magnetic opposite force again, as if chaos is surrounding some sort of shroud of order. And
do I get, flown backwards?
Yes, you do get blown backwards, like a diametrically opposing force, but it is worth noting that Bello does have some level of control over this kind of thing. So, what are you doing when faced with this? You have some options.
I think I think spending time with Polnari, kind of being with a being that exists as a structure that's able to like open up parts of itself. I think Bello just kind of pokes a hole, like opens up a little hole in that
You
memory.
have intuitively understood exactly the vibes I was going for with this chaos stuff, and I'm so glad. So yes, understanding sort of the teachings of the chaos orthodoxy and how this world is structured in chaos, you feel this aura around Goodbid and are able to kind of poke your either metaphorical little feeler hands or literal feeler hands, whichever you really prefer. It's more of a flavor thing. And you sort of peel them back a little bit. And as that happens...
Yeah, we're going Powerpuff Girls theory in this. Just like no actual fingers, but just able to touch things and hold them.
In this case, it works. The shroud around Goodbid peels backwards. And Goodbid, your memories back.
Bello! Oh my god!
Do I also have my
No.
memories back?
Yeah, we just
Glorious
introduced
trial and error.
ourselves.
What the? Sticks! I know who you are now!
Yes, thank you. And are you the bill? Are we
Oh,
good?
the bill!
We can take a rain
We'll
check
look
on
at
it.
it later.
We
We'll
have more
look at it
pressing
later.
matters.
We'll look at it for
That was
sure.
selfish of me.
I'm sure we can
It-
figure something out. I mean,
Goodbid, I need you to roll a charisma saving throw.
okay.
That's code for you're lying, and he needs to make sure the other guy believes you.
A
17? Okay. Goodbid, you, with your sort of new experience in this, you can feel that sort of deja vu sense starting to return, as if your memories are starting to fade again. And Bello, you can see that, so again, sort of metaphysically, that shroud is beginning to reform around Goodbid.
Like, oh, do you want this like kind of membrane on top of you? Is that kind of part of your outfit, or is it not supposed to be there?
I look up at Bello and go, now, sir, you do owe me money.
Mr. Goodbid,
No, I don't.
I need you to focus.
Can I?
I'm sorry, Mr. Bradley. Please do not tell me how to conduct my business. We just met 20 minutes ago. Now, person
Hold on
I've
a
never
second.
seen before.
Hold on a second.
I'm gonna go and just like essentially, like, like surgically cut him out of this membrane with my little feeler hand.
All right, that's not what I was expecting. You're going to have to make me a couple rolls for that. I guess make me a sleight of hand check first.
This is like an autopsy on a living person. A sleight of hand.
Yeah, that's, I mean, if you're doing it like a surgery, that's the most like hand dexterity thing I could think of.
Oh, wow.
That's not a...
Doesn't that one
Oh,
do
God.
it?
Dude!
Oh, Christ.
Oh my
Okay.
God! No!
Okay, all right. Time
You
to
just
think.
made Goodbid a fucking amnesia.
You-
he
man,
doesn't remember
guys, we
shit
haven't
now.
even got to Glib yet, and the chat's gonna be screaming when they find out what happened to Glib. But
Oh, come on!
So the shroud, as you sort of poke and prod at it, it starts spreading over to you, which doesn't have any sort of notable, like, it feels weird. It does not remove your, they're already sort of gone, but you can, like, see it and feel it sort of spreading over to you. And it's worth noting, for this being a chaos shroud, it is not the same sort of shifting iridescence that Polnari uses. It is like a sort of gray, smoky fog kind of thing that is starting to spread over your...
bad touch. I don't like this.
And yeah, Styx, you just kind of hear this happening.
What
Oh,
happened
yeah,
to
your
me?
memories are still, like, nothing happens to you. It's just spreading at this point.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. I didn't know
No,
if
no,
I
no,
had
no,
any
you're fine.
ramifications. Now listen, we can figure out how. I don't know if they pay you here at the Church of Orthodoxy, KO, whatever the hell, but we'll figure out a way for you to pay me back one way or another. I feel like I knew your name, but I've misplaced it. It doesn't matter. Now I have contracts for both of you. I open my briefcase.
Mr. Goodbid, I believe you are smoking, and I think we may want to see to that situation before we handle the financials.
Well, financials can never wait, Mr. Bradley. Do I see the
I'll
smoke
say at this
around
point
me?
with you guys, I think I said no, but since you guys do have powers that are in this sort of opposition, sure.
Financials can never wait. Oh. Have I been set ablaze?
No, Mr. Goodbid, though that might have been a social good. Okay.
Huh?
Mr. Bello, are you okay?
I think I'm fine. How are you?
Been better. So, Mr. Goodbid, Mr. Bello was clearly able to do something. I had some kind of reaction to this chaos energy. I'm going to do a little bit of a Hail Mary on this one. And
Okay, I'm very curious to see what happens.
Styx would have grabbed him on any part of his body, but just the day that has gone on and Goodbit's behavior, subconsciously, he takes both of his hands and puts them around Goodbit's throat and tries to reach out to the chaos energy in an attempt to do something similar to what Bello did. Try to get to the order energy that's seemingly...
This ain't
Now
a
I'm gonna need you to make an Arcana check. Now the good news about Styx is that Styx has a sort of symbiotic relationship with someone who has more experience with this than he does. So that is gonna give you some help.
Sir, this is an attempted manslaughter fee.
Stop forgetting things.
Somehow that's a 19.
A 19 plus the sort of intuitive bonus that I have with Vaktan. Good bit. Styx puts his hands around your neck, and you feel bites on either side, just like, ah.
Oh no, I've been injured! I've been injured!
But
Vaktan, do whatever you will, just don't kill him.
From the bites...
You better hope you kill me, or your life will become living hell.
From the bites, the shroud seems to sort of dissipate. The powers of the god of wisdom being able to force back. Actually, give me an Arcana check, and you can find out a little bit more information. Another Arcana check. I know there's a billion Arcana checks here, but that's how the scene's got to go. Dirty 20. All right.
20, Jesus.
Holy
so
shit.
Go on, Styx.
Styx is
Here's the thing.
very passionate about getting this shit over with.
I have been rolling dog shit consistently.
Well, it works out very nicely because you are able to tell, sort of through Vaktan's guidance, that not only is Styx as an order god diametrically opposed to this chaos energy, Styx as a god of wisdom is diametrically opposed to this secretive energy. And you are able to sort of blast this aura of anonymity, as it were, which is a cool name for a spell that I now want to homebrew, away from Goodbid. Maybe not permanently. You see it kind of lingering around, but Goodbid, memories back.
Memories back. I go, attempted murder! Man, slaughter. Styx, what the hell you doing?
Fixing it, I think.
Would you get...
Yeah,
gotta
he
ruffle
tried
my-
to.
Yes, of course. I should let go. That worked.
Yeah, he tried to
Good
choke
God,
you
I wish I-
out.
That he did, Bello. We are not that close, Mr. Brad. Okay.
We are not that close.
I think we need to get out of here.
We do. We really do.
Okay, I'll just let Polari know I'm leaving. And I just whisper into the card like,
No!
I'm
No,
heading
do
out. I'll be back later.
Good luck.
Oh.
That's it. Simple
I
enough.
like the fact that the card is a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
I don't like
Alright.
that.
Alright.
That's freaky.
I think it's best if we limit communications outside of the three of us, Bello. This is now the new Cool Kids Club.
I should note that Bello's memories have not yet been restored. Let me remind the court.
No idea.
I was about to say, Mr. Bello, would you... I believe I have temporarily solved Mr. Goodbit's memory issue. Would you like me to do the same to you? I'll not be so... And again, I am sorry, Mr. Goodbit. I swear that was a subconscious. And I did, it just happened in the spur of a moment.
It's all business, I understand.
We'll discuss it later along with the bill. Anyway, Bello, would you like me to attempt to do something similar? Or?
I don't know. That looked really violent.
Fair. That is fair. It did feel a little violent.
It was quite violent.
Can you do that but not choke me out?
Good question. Can we do that and not choke someone out?
You're asking which... Hold on.
I'm
you
asking,
specifically asked the right
hand.
arm, which is probably the best one that you could, yeah. And I don't think you did that intentionally, but you coincidentally picked the right one.
No.
So the right arm kind of goes, we did not ask you to choke him out. You can...
I mean, I think one of you might have. Oh,
The
so that
left
was a you
arm
thing.
kind of grumble. You hear
No.
the left hand's kind of...
You gotta watch the left. Always comes out of nowhere. I think we have a non-violent way of doing this, Mr. Bello, if you will allow us to proceed.
All right. And I put my hand out to shake.
Shake, shake, shake. Chomp.
Yeah, with his right.
Little bite on hand. Now, Bello, notably, the memory restoration works, but it does feel kind of bad because you are a chaos being getting injected with order energy. It's not pleasant. It's a very nauseous feeling that you get. And unfortunately, this nauseous feeling kind of stays. It doesn't really go away.
My tummy hurts. That was not a good idea. Oh, I don't feel good.
Okay, do I throw up?
If you want a constitution check, sure. Constitution check.
Is his memory?
I feel like I'm gonna pass this.
Memories are restored, yes, but the nausea is gonna...
That's wow. That's a 9.
Gravity falls, gnome,
I'm not
rainbow
rolling
vomit all over the ground.
Oh no!
Just like a blob.
Oh dear! Oh, that was not mine.
I feel a little bit better after that. Actually, I feel a little bit better.
You know, it does help. You got it out of your system. Do you know me? Do you know who I am?
I know you. I know who you are. I still don't feel very good though.
That's okay. That is okay. Do you know the Cool Kids Club?
I know the Cool Kids Club.
Welcome back, Bello.
As this nice conversation is going on, you hear a voice says, "The energy surrounding this interaction is fascinating." And you look up to see a Polnari head just like above you looking down. Don't know how long it's been there. It's just there.
I'm so happy I'm not here. I'm so happy Glib's not in this situation.
It's growing out of the sort of web.
That's not very fucking hospitable behavior, sir. Eavesdropping, dropping in.
How long you been
brought
there?
this opposing energy into my realm. It is my duty to observe.
Well, it wasn't my intention. I'm more a vessel, a vehicle for whatever may have happened. Have I committed some great faux pas?
Now, though Styx does not necessarily know this, I say this again for the benefit of the cast and the audience. Polmari, specifically, as of season 3, has been fairly nice. It's a creepy kind of cryptic being, but his tone seems genuinely friendly most of the time, as much as you can interpret it from this creepiness. This is the first time that the rest of you have heard Polnari speak with any level of intensity. As you hear a couple voices sort of in chorus speak, just very faintly says, "The energy you have expelled was not mine. This is something I would like to investigate further, and so I shall permit it. Do not bring your blasphemy to my realm again."
We were just on the way out. Actually.
I have my beliefs. I did not mean to insult yours.
It's also worth noting that this is probably something that most people assume. This is purely directed at Styx and Goodbid, not Bello at all. Like, not looking at Bello in the slightest.
Am I not allowed to bring friends for sleepovers? Is that it?
Polnar, the head sort of slowly turns towards Bello. Says, Bello, remember my teachings. This order is toxicity to life. It will bring you nothing but pain, but if it is your choice, you may go with them.
Okay, I'll be back for dinner. I'm sure this is just like a quick occurrence.
I will see you then.
Definitely.
As a way to salutations and maybe pay our respects, I will now say a chaotic random assortment of words. Bumblebee, fart, cloud, die, hello. And I walk away.
Well, you've confused the DM. Good job.
Bello is also so confused.
Okay, so at this
think
point,
that's their culture. I don't know.
Styx is outright disgusted, and he doesn't fully
at this
understand
point,
why.
I want to note that, remember, this whole interaction was happening in the middle of Pike Place Flesh Market.
Fuck.
So there's sort of like a whispered, confusion from the crowd that has gathered around you as you say these things. Some of them seem insulted by you. Basically, like this, I imagine this would be going up to like, this would be going up to. I grew up Christian. That's what I'm familiar with. This would be going up to like a very devout Christian and being like, Jesus Cross salvation wine, and it would be like, so
Communion, Passover,
Fuck you people.
Christmas, stop!
yeah, like,
Bello just like flies up to Goodbid size, just like,
Goodbid, can we sidebar for a second? For a second?
For sure.
There was no need for you to do that. There's
was that not normal?
Nope, that's like not even normal for like chaos being standards.
Really?
That's the kind of necessary. We all speak common.
Right.
Hey man,
Well, Hey, live and learn.
don't ever do that again.
Live and learn. My apologies.
I'm gonna have to add a religious discrimination fee.
My apologies. That was bad business.
Bad business. I didn't think I'd ever see Bello raid someone in.
Yeah.
So,
Matt, check the Skype chat real quick. I want to see if I understand.
yes, I forgot.
Like place flesh market.
Yeah, like that, but like the iridescent rainbow colors.
Yeah, just so everyone is aware, I used pictures of the flood from Halo to understand what this looks like.
Yeah, it's nice and creepy. But it's like that, but like Alice in Wonderland colors and weirdness. I've used the Alice in Wonderland imagery.
Technicolor flood.
Yeah,
that's what we're going with.
That sounds like a cool band name.
I can't believe Goodbid just got rained in.
So at this point, I'm assuming that you guys are leaving. I would recommend it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would like to leave.
Everyone make a perception check as you leave.
Okay. Scary.
Let's be better at rolling now. Are you fucking
Bello
kidding
doesn't see
me?
anything.
Stop saying it out loud! You're fucking yourself up!
There's another now.
No, Bello does
Bello
not.
was really put
Yeah.
off by that display.
Bello's just like staring down at the card that is like also a communicator.
I'm so sorry.
Anyway, what did everybody else get?
16.
A 16? 21.
I got a
Okay.
21.
So, Goodbid. Out of sort of the corners of your eyes, you can see shifting through these webs as you leave, trying to be hidden, but noticeable due to the nature of what they are. You see the Polnari heads kind of just following you as you go, as if making sure that you are leaving.
I'm beginning to think that Polnari guy was only nice to me at first because you were with me, Bello.
I mean, you didn't make a great impression, if I'm being honest.
Okay. You know, I know when the battle's lost. I'm a lawyer. I concede.
You did go in and try and mimic a language as like your last impression. I can speak Spanish. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Oh God.
Anyway. Yeah, at this point, you guys still gotta find Glib. You leave the Chaos Orthodoxy. What's your plan? If you have one, and if not, we'll see what.
We gotta find.
Oh, can I
Glib.
say
Yes.
something? I think Bello, in his like 1 month of playing cards with Polnari, does like daily excursions to other towns.
That's
does
believable.
different
All right,
areas.
yeah.
Like always having
Yeah,
a communicator card with him just in case.
That would
you're in
actually
trouble.
be
So I
encouraged as sort of a spreading the imagery of the Orthodoxy around. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I think like she knows where, like, not she. He knows where like Glib would be.
Also, someone put out, yes, I know there's lag. There's lag whenever I click to another tab. I don't know why. It's fine, and then I'm just not touching my computer, and we're gonna call it good. Anyway, yes. So, that's an interesting point to make. Would Bello have gone to the necrocephali area, with that being sort of like a known, for lack of a better term, bad part of town by the, like, not even a bad part of town as much as, like, this is a bunch of hyper-militarized nut jobs part of town. I don't...
Let's roll for that. Roll higher.
Roll...
Roll.
I mean, it's arbitrary, so just give me a roll and we'll see.
2.
Yes. Okay. So here's the thing. Since you want to find Glib, I'm gonna say no, a 2, because that's the opposite of the goal that you're wanting.
I've heard of the necrocephali area, but like, I'm scared to go by myself. So I haven't been by myself.
Also, Skype just did a thing. It'll go back in half a second. I don't know what happened.
Skype just pooped out. Yeah.
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 It's already back. It's okay. Anyway, I'll fix the cameras. Just means there's going to be a lag spike. God, I love running the show off a Mac. Anyway, the audio should be fine. So you guys
Go to the merch store.
keep talking.
Please, so
Actually, we can. Actually, wait. We can do the break. We can do the break now if we want. And we will continue with cameras that they're supposed to be in just a couple minutes. So don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody. We're back. Let me fix the cameras really quick. I have not yet pulled up my Twitch, so I cannot see if there's lag or not. I'm really hoping there's not, but I'm going to fix the cameras before I deal with any of that, just in case.
While you
Yes, I was gonna say, do we have break
do
stuff?
some of our character questions?
Yes, you guys start, because I don't have that screen pulled up yet. But yes.
That's fine. Anyway, if you guys were looking at our podcast, or if you are on our Patreon, you know that I did ask y'all if you wanted to ask our characters questions, and we all have like a list. Like, we've sorted them out. We have a list. We will be answering these questions in character. So if you ask us questions and they're just like to us as people, we can't answer them. We can only answer them if they are directed at the character. Who wants to go first? Like, Nathan?
Again, anyone but me.
I'm
I'm still setting up.
Yeah, pick whatever questions you want to answer. We'll do a couple here, and then we'll do the rest on like Patreon.
For
Oh,
sure.
the lag is totally
So
gone.
if you
I'm
want
so
to see
happy.
all of the questions, or not all of the questions, but more of the questions, join our Patreon.
So I got one from Polish Tim that said, for Skog, do you feel Benita?
Damn it.
I feel Benita.
Thank you.
That's that. Who's next?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm still reading some of mine. I
hold
got
on, I
one
can-
to Glib that's very long.
I can.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a doc for me. If there is, I think I got sent Panda's doc.
I don't.
that's
yeah,
my bad.
I don't think there is one
That's
for you,
my
Mike,
bad.
because this was something
Okay.
we decided really last
There is
minute.
one for Mike.
Again.
There is one for
Oh, there
Mike.
is one for Mike. Never mind. All right, cool.
I said the wrong
Look at you
place.
guys.
Yeah, because
being on
Momo
top of
texted me about it, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I don't know how this works.
All right.
I will say not for Glib, but for Eric from the business venture.
For Eric?
Do you smoke e-cigs? Is the question. And the simple answer to that is there's nothing else you can fucking smoke, baby, honestly. I mean, I'm not going to be smoking in that fucking... What? I'm going to take reefer from another goddamn place on the planet. Nah, I'm going to pack this shit myself in my little digital cigarette and smoke it the way that God intended, okay?
Here, I'll take the next one because I got a good one here. Someone named Irrelevant, which, by the way... Great username. I love that.
That's
someone asks the Kraken, "What's your favorite type of sushi?" I got the answer to that.
What's your favorite type of human meat, asshole?
I don't know what answer you people were expecting to that.
God damn.
And Lucas Shibuya asked Bello, at one time or another, were you a caterpillar? If so, how was that? I don't remember being a caterpillar per se, but I do remember being soup. And that was a good time.
Is it weird that I know the exact biological basis that answer came from? Yeah, I know
that makes sense. That's smart. That's funny.
Wow. Mike, you got yours pulled up?
Yeah, I also got one from Lucas. Lucas Shibuya to Cool Rolf before, in brackets, before Fight Fest. How are you feeling about your fight coming up? I feel excellent. I am at the peak of my mental and physical health. I have been training for months for this encounter with my opponents shall be crushed like creatures that shall not be named beneath my feet. I shall wreak havoc unknown upon the battlefield. I shall wreak revenge for Lesser Rolf. And I shall do it in a timely manner.
I would like to back this up with the fact that I did not watch Mike's episode, so I have no fucking clue who this is either.
This is a great time for me to remind everyone that we do now have, and I'm sorry, Pat, I'm going to cover the face here. We do now have Cool Rolf is Dead merch in our store. I made it an album cover for a reason that even I don't really understand. But yeah, if you want Cool Rolf is Dead merch, we have this design that I just threw up on the screen. We got the shirts, hoodies, stickers, the usual set of stuff. I'll put the merch link in chat. Go buy it because it's funny.
The fight obviously went well.
Obviously.
Like crushed creatures that will not be named.
Oh my.
So is that one from everybody? All right.
One from
I need to look. I have
answer more.
Yeah, we'll answer more. I just haven't had a chance to look through the rest of mine yet because I was fixing things. So we can get back to it and then do more in the after shows. That the vibe.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
If you want to see more of the questions, again, you gotta join the Patreon. That would be the level.
Please, God, so
we
Matt
can either break it out into level 1 or level 2. We'll see.
Fun. Also, I'll do a little teaser for something I'm going to talk about in the after show today because this is it's relevant to what we just have. Today, I'm going to be telling the story of the secret origin of Polnaros and why he is actually creepy in the real world sometimes. That's just a little. If you want to know what the heck I'm talking about there, you'll have to watch the after show, which is on the Patreon. And it's not lore stuff. It's production, how I came up with it. So don't worry, I'm not locking lore behind the Patreon, but if you want to hear the sort of creative origin behind this character, after show.
Yeah.
It's funny references and shit like
this
that.
One's not going to be funny, but it's references.
Well, funny, and it's mostly references. None of it is lore important, but all of it is fun.
Matt, no, I have no money. Here's the thing. I also don't have money, which is why I have a...
Yes.
This is us trying
I feel you.
That's
trickle-down economics.
None of us have money.
By the way, guys, if any of you are children who don't know what trickle-down economics is, it's bad, and it's not real. That's bad. Literally all I'm going to say. Republicans don't know...
It's a fairy tale this weird old man told the entire country, and for some reason... You know how
rich people having money
means
you also have money? It's that. It makes as much sense as that thing I just said. Yes. Anyway, let's get back into it. So, we left off a couple minutes ago before I restarted. again, if by some chance you've been sitting on a starting soon screen and have not restarted or refresh the page, and it should come back up. Though I guess if you haven't refreshed the page, you can't. Never mind. You guys were considering going to the Necrocephali territories to meet with Glib, which is where you remember seeing him last.
Yeah.
Glib, I want to remind everybody. Let's do a quick recap as to what exactly Glib did. Glib
just a little.
showed up in the Necrocephali territory, almost started a coup, promised to bring them a being that would give them the power to do what they want, and then presumably vanished.
Yep.
Yes.
We're going to leave that there as we go back to the other players.
He also lied to both Bello and Goodbit about it and said did not do that.
That's also true, yeah.
He didn't. He left all of that out. He did all of that on his own, and then completely neglected to tell anybody about it. And then he also tried to kill Emmy as soon as.
Yes, that was the last thing. Which I had a question. Was Bello there for that? Did Bello also see that?
Yeah. Because we were all there.
Yeah, that is notable. One thing, you guys can decide, we'll cut to the characters actually talking and deciding what you want to do next in a minute, but I do want to note one thing, just because I don't remember, so I want to see if you guys, or chat, whoever remembers. Panda, what did you tell the other players about the Necrocephali area? Like, did you...
I did.
I was about to say, I don't think you did.
I went to a dark... I went on one of the trains. I went to a dark area that had a bunch of water in it, and in the water I found a tube that led up to what could possibly help us. I worded it very specifically so that I didn't lie, but I also didn't tell them anything.
I thought that was the case. I just wanted to double check. Now, to the characters. We'll say we pick up, on the train away.
Well, I'm feeling real good about this search, gang. We on a roll. We got 2 and 1.
Now, listen, before we go get Glib, which we undoubtedly should, I'd like to draw, Bello, your attention to what we last saw of Glib. Did he seem rather angry to you?
But, yeah, he seemed really angry, but, Glib's always kind of angry. That's just kind of the vibe I've gotten off of him.
That is true, but I have known Glib for quite a while. This was a whole nother level for him, I'll tell you what.
Really? I couldn't tell. It was all just one emotion to me.
He basically... do you think I could reasonably assume that Glib has been up to something without telling us based on what I saw, or would that be some sort of role?
I'll say it's a roll, but not a particularly difficult roll. Okay. So give me an insight. I keep wanting to say sense motive because, again, the last game I played was Starfinder. But give me an insight as I try to balance the name.
Is a 30 going to do it?
In most cases, a 30 will, and this is one of those cases, yeah. Yeah.
What, you got a drone on me? What the fuck was that?
All right, so here's the deal. Glib's working behind our back on something. And I don't know what it is, but he's up to no good. He has let darkness and revenge consume his body to the point that he is tossing aside people like me and you, Bello.
Oh, my God.
That's not what good friends do.
It's not what good friends do, but I do kind of understand. He did lose his biological child.
He did. But, we're all he has now.
It's not true at all.
Six is just like, what?
Now, he did, that's true, but there's no reason to shove away the only people you have left. Then you'll have nothing. And then all he will be is rage. So I just want to make sure everyone knows that before we go searching for him, that when he gets his memories back, is not the same Glib. Well, y'all don't even really know him, do you?
Not really.
Well,
I might have something that can help him with his emotions.
Put that on the ready. We might need it.
Well, maybe we should put it on the table. What is it? How can you help him? If you don't mind me asking, Mr. Bello, if you want your secrets, you're entitled to. I just figure.
I thought I remembered a spell that I could calm emotions, but that might have been me in a different life.
Well,
Here's what I'll say. Let's find Glib. Let's see what he's up to right now. He might be in a totally fine situation, and who knows? If he forgot everything like me, he might be a pleasant person. So if that's the case, we could just leave him.
Ow!
As is.
Hey! Now,
I'm just throwing it.
He was surly. He was surly. We're not going to deny he was surly, but he might be necessary for whatever we're endeavoring to do here.
The value of his memories is important. I can't deny that. Let's find him. Let's get his memories back, and if he tries to betray us, we'll figure it out. Just keep on your toes, folks.
I also want to throw in, just as a reminder to the party, even if Bello had a calm emotion spell, Glib does not like being manipulated with magic.
No.
For very obvious
We don't know that.
Notably so.
We don't know you.
I don't know that.
Styx does not know that. We don't know
We
you.
do not know you.
Plan.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically just giving warning to the rest of them, like, be on your toes. He's kind of going through it right now.
Can I see? I'm sure Polnari has like so many drugs. Can I see if he has a Xanax?
I mean,
a Xanax before.
Wow.
I feel like it's gonna be less than. It's gonna be less like a prescription drug and more like like a weird magic mushroom kind of thing. But
Welcome to episode 2, the party roofies Glib.
I was gonna go for season 3, episode 2.
Oh my god, we can't.
A little less.
We can't do this for obvious reasons, but I so badly want to title this episode "Trickle Down Roofie Economics." We can't. We can't. I never in a million years would.
Title of the worst
but I'm
fucking
so
podcast
tempted
you've ever
to.
listened to.
I'm so tempted
It can be like trickle down pharmaceuticals.
Trickle down. We'll decide this later. Anyway, sure, you can get. Everyone's saying do it, chat. I don't think you understand why we can't. Like, no,
What?
no.
With the multiple reassurances that this is people's jobs now. No, that can't be.
I got to apply for a job after doing this right here. I cannot.
Yeah.
Anyway, imagine I apply for this job and they go to look at my references and that's the first thing they see on the YouTube channel. I get blacklisted from
God.
jobs in general, I think, and rightfully so.
Of this show
Anyway.
that I run.
Anyway. You can get weird mushrooms from Polnari, but who knows if they're going to be reliable or not? Sort of by definition.
I just assumed when I was leaving, like Polnari probably packed me like a lunchbox or something.
That's a very bold assumption. If you want to look, you have left at this point. If you want to ask through the card somehow, sure.
Yeah.
If you ask, if you ask through the card, mushrooms are going to grow out of the card that you can pick.
Oh, cool. Polnari, can you send me a couple of mushrooms, please?
There's no verbal response. Is that all you said?
You're not gonna be more specific?
Mushrooms that will help someone relax, because Glib is, kind of high strung.
All right, sure, that's vague enough to be funny later. Some mushrooms grow out of the card. There's no verbal response. Panda's reaction to that little offhand line was very good. I like that a lot. That's vague enough to be funny later is maybe one of my favorite things I've ever said on this show.
God.
Anyway, so you guys head out of the Chaos Orthodoxy and are able to find the train to the Necrocephali area pretty easily. Once again, it's dark, it's kind of, worn down, not a very pleasant area. Is that stopping you, or are you heading in?
I mean, we need the guy.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Glib's
We don't
forgot
have
all of
any
his trauma.
leaves.
Let's make him high as a kite and give it all back.
Let's give him
Can-
drugs and tell him he's our best friend.
Let's give him
Can I
drugs, tell him
assume-
he's your best friend, and then give him all of it back at the same time. This could have no ill
I
side
will
effects.
not hear Glib on his high horse after episode 1 of this season. I will not hear
Good
Glib on
point,
his
Mike.
fucking high horse.
Can I assume, since the card's the 10 of diamonds, that there's 10 little mushrooms that came out of each diamond?
Sure.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
a lot. There you go.
Yeah, I'd say we got to.
Yeah.
Who else are we gonna?
So, you enter this. Who among you has dark vision?
Many of you have
That's a
dark
great
vision.
question. I believe I do.
I don't think.
I have 120 feet of dark
Okay.
vision.
I have 60 feet of dark
Okay.
vision.
Sorry, I'll have to look for a little bit. I think it's safe to say I don't have anything special with that. Unless Goblin or Paladin just...
Goblin might. I don't know. Paladin probably
I
doesn't
think
pass
paladins glow, don't they?
Divine Sense, Lay on Hands, Fighting Style, Spellcast. I mean, that would make sense. I don't see it, but that would make sense.
Goblins totally would. They live in caves.
Okay,
Come
in
on
that
now.
case,
true.
In that case, we'll just assume they are for this. When you get to this again empty place with just kind of darkness and water, I need everybody to make me a perception check. If you have dark vision, which I believe everyone does, you can make it with advantage.
I also want to say that I have devil sight, which means I can see normally in darkness, both magical and non.
This is not magical darkness; it's
Nat
just
20.
dark.
Hey, Matt.
Nat 20?
Yeah. For future reference.
Yes.
Yes.
And this was a what check?
Nat 20
Perception
on
check with advantage if you have dark vision, which you do.
Yeah,
16? I mean, it's
I legit rolled.
Momo roll over 10 challenge impossible.
I rolled
Don't
two
tell me.
threes in a row.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow. Anyway,
Can we call that a 30?
the good news is that Goodbid got a nat 20, and so I didn't even really need to make the rest of you roll. Goodbid is seeing this, fast enough. Goodbid, as you look around this darkness, you see the unfamiliar to you form of a necrocephali warrior starting to swim up towards you. You see the glowing, red tubes, the twisting tentacle arms, the wings are folded up in their fin configuration right now. But you have sort of ample warning as it starts swimming up. And again, notably, remember that Glib did not say a single goddamn thing about this. So...
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but a tube my ass. Guys, we got company.
Everything you see down here is going to make you not want to pick up Glib even more.
Which is, the deeper we go, like, this fucking little
This
bitch.
motherfucker! There's an army down here!
That frog bitch. Mr. Goodbid, good company, bad company, should we love it? What are we doing?
Just be on the ready. It's some weird little fish, robo creature, tentacle. I don't know.
So, with everyone being ready, everyone make me dexterity saves, but since you were ready for it, with advantage.
Okay.
Right.
Normally I
I'm
bellow.
literally so irritated.
15.
17.
All right, that's 22.
Okay, there you go. So,
Good lord, finally.
Finally.
much like what happened to Glib, these creatures, there are actually 3 of them, we'll say there's one for each of you, try to, unwind their arms, lash out, and wrap you up. But since Goodbid was able to warn you in time, it's pretty easy for you guys to, dodge this thing. You saw them coming, and they clearly did not expect for you to see them coming, so the attack is not difficult to get out of the way of. That said, these creatures are still wildly scary looking. They're weird vampire cyber robot squids that are now surrounding you. Again, there's, I assume you guys are sort of in the center, and there's one on either side. One of them speaks up. They're not, there's no real way to tell them apart, at least that you know. Just,
State your purpose.
Hello. We seek to find one.
We're believing you have one of our compatriots. Unbeknownst to the compatriot that he is one of our compatriots.
We're looking for someone by the name of Glib.
Now, as much as this creature that doesn't have a face that you can see can seem confused, the thing seems confused at Styx's statement. But upon hearing the name Glib, that is something that it seems to recognize. And you see it, the big sort of line appears over its faceplate as if scanning all of you, notably stopping on Bello. And it says,
Glib. I believe I know the Glib of which you speak. Do you know his location?
Oh, good.
Where is he? We have been searching for him.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, we really thought he'd be here. We were hoping you knew.
Yeah, that's a real kick in the head. Ooh,
Oh.
Well, I'm afraid we're just as much in the dark as you are, and I'm not just speaking literally.
that right there is a good line for us to do sort of a similar thing that we did with Bello and cut over to Glib. Now, Glib, let me remind the audience again. What happened last episode is that you tried to start a coup fairly successfully to, get the early stages rolling, so to speak. And you promised that you would get them Bello. You set that in motion.
I did.
And then almost immediately after that, you lost all details of what you promised them entirely.
Yep.
So, we're going to kind of flash back to a month prior, briefly. Glib, you just sort of are in the necrocephali territories. You don't have to breathe, luckily, because you are a frog and also dead, which you don't know, technically.
I don't know that.
Yeah. You're just in, a street. There are these war bands around you. And it suddenly strikes you that, sort of in this very weird realization by nature of what it is, you're just walking along the street one day and just, I promised this hyper-advanced military something, and I don't know what it is. What are you doing in that scenario, Glib?
And I'm still there?
Yeah.
I'm in the streets of the place that I am actively being hunted.
This is, again, flashback to a month ago. This is right after. I'm trying to...
Shit, I don't know what I promised them. I just know I promised them something. I don't know... I don't really know who I am aside from my name. I don't know my powers. I don't know why I'm here.
Yes.
I just know these guys aren't gonna like me when I don't bring the thing I promised them.
Much like I said with Bello and Polnari, you remember having a conversation, but the specific details of it are very hazy. And you just remember, I had some level of, political influence somehow.
Fuck. I don't remember that I am the least lucky person alive.
Nope.
He was a very scared kid. Glib at this stage is probably I need to leave. I need to get out of here. I don't know why, but I need to get out of here. And he's going to try and find some way to leave this place.
Now, here's the thing. No one actually is necessarily going to stop you, because this is happening fairly shortly after.
Right.
As you are leaving, you sort of pass, sort of there's a platform that is where the train lands, and then it just kind of drops off into water. Under the platform, you see there's a little guard post sort of mounted to the underside of it. This is presumably where the necrocephali that swim up whenever a train shows up are stationed. They swim out to meet you. And once again, as sort of seems to be the way that they work, they wait for you to talk. They don't like to waste time. They're just you have something to say, since you're here, say it.
Are they standing in my way to get to the platform?
Yes.
Okay. Glib looking at both of them, shit, I just know they don't like me, and I don't know that I am strong. Glib, in a very unconvincing tone, kind of goes, I was just gonna leave out there, if that's all right.
Are you searching for the being you promised us?
Yes.
And upon hearing you say yes, they let you exit.
And he walks through and he gets on the fucking train because he is getting away from these fucking people.
Understandable. So, and again, this can be a general summary. It does not have to be specific, and feel free to sort of make up lore things that I can adapt as you go. What's Glib doing at this stage of Glib's journey? Glib, you're on this weird space station. You're running from these squids that want something from you.
I know I'm looking for something. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know that I can talk to computers. I'm assuming that I don't have my fucking tablet because I got teleported to the middle of nowhere.
Actually, I mean, you have the things that you had on you, we'll say. This is an immediate thing.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's not like your inventories went away when this happened.
Okay, so first thing I do is I try and get as far away from wherever the hell that is as possible. So I just start going. I try and get to the most populated area to, like, hide. Because he's just trying to disappear, but disappear in a way like someone who hasn't seen any action movies or ever heard how to really hide. He's just kind of trying to get away from the army that's chasing him.
Got it.
Or will be chasing him soon. Number two, I'm assuming he went through the tablet, so he knows that he talked to Goodbid, but he doesn't know which Goodbid. He just knows that there's someone named Goodbid that he talked to.
Yes.
And that's really all he did on the tablet. So I am in the heart of the city, hiding. I'm assuming that he's gonna go, like, full homeless bum. He doesn't have a work, he doesn't have a job, he doesn't know what he can do, he doesn't know if he's skilled at anything. He's hiding in the center of the city as a homeless bum, and he knows that he at some point talked to somebody named Goodbid, and that all he had really said is... I think I know how to get Emmy. So he knows that there is a thing called Emmy that he is going after, and everything else, nothing. He bums it on the street.
All right. On that note, we will cut back then to Bello Goodbid Sticks. I need everybody to make another perception check really quick.
Flat or with
In
advantage?
this case,
That's sticks.
We'll
got a
say.
2.
I mean, it's well. Now you're distracted at this point, so just flat. I think it counts or counters it.
Okay.
13.
13.
Hey, it's over 10.
I am rolling hot tonight. I am rolling hot.
30.
Yeah, 30.
Okay, 30 is fine.
Thank
So
God.
again, we'll just describe what Goodbid sees. Goodbid can kind of communicate this. Goodbid, you notice as this quick conversation is going on, there are more of these things swimming up to the surface, like notably more. And from the 30, you can see they seem to be a little more concentrated on Bello's side of this little platform.
Well, we were just about to be going. I assume you might want us to... tell you what, if we find Glib, we'll come tell you.
Alternatively, we shall take the being that was promised.
I don't know what you were promised or what all that's about, but this is Bella. This is our friend. You will not be taking Bella.
The
Who said
Glib,
they were taking me?
the Glib promised us the Chaos Entity. Since the Chaos Entity has been returned,
Well, not returned, but you know what I mean.
since the Chaos Entity has been delivered, and Glib has not returned, we assume that something happened regarding the Orthodoxy.
Right.
Allies of the Orthodoxy.
After today, I really don't think so. Actually,
And I can say most assuredly that I am not, I believe by the nature of me and my compatriot. I'll leave it at that for the time being.
Explain to us why you have this being and not Glib.
well, because we just found this one first. If you want the honest answer, we were.
I got a distress signal from our ship, Come long story short, everyone, these two, and also presumably Glib, are suffering from some manner of amnesia, magically induced.
What type of magic?
And he kind of confers with Bello. Chaos magic, you reckon? Like chaos magic?
I mean, my magic? Yeah, it's kind of a little bit chaos.
Out of character, didn't fucking Styx see?
Yeah,
right.
Styx, you would know that it is chaos.
Oh, right,
magic.
yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry, that was me.
No,
that was me, the
that's
player,
fine. I mean,
not picking up.
Was it chaos? Was it chaos and
it was secrecy being a subdomain.
Or what was the name of it?
It was the chaos subdomain secrecy.
God.
Yeah.
It was magic that stems from Emerald, not Polmari, but they are under the same umbrella.
Right. Got it.
I got a good hold on it, and I can say that this is the work of chaos magic, more specifically, secrecy magic.
You see the necrocephaly, like, you start to hear a very faint series of, like, almost like radar-sounding beeps that you can maybe assume is them sort of communicating among themselves in a way that they don't necessarily want outsiders to hear. This goes on for, like, a couple minutes of them just sort of staring at you and presumably communicating among themselves. Before the one that is presumably the leader speaks again. Says,
So, the Glib promised us the chaos entity, vanished, and now you, his compatriots, say that he is affected by chaos magic.
Secrecy, and yes, and for what it's worth, pre-amnesia, no disappearances would have been of his own accord, I should think.
The creature nods, like that specifically that you said actually does seem to be a very specific thing of, like, this was not something that was of Glib's own free will. And you hear a couple more of these sort of radar beeps. And before the thing speaks again, it says,
Very well. The Orthodoxy has declared war, and we shall answer.
Actually, I don't know if this Glib.
Oops.
I don't know if this Glib has mentioned anything, but I have. Did Glib ever tell you about a being by the name of Emerald?
I believe, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, Glib, I believe what happened there is you said it, and it was not a recognized name. Was I believe
Nobody
what
knew
happened?
what I was
Yes,
talking
okay,
about.
but you did say, yeah, so that's what I thought. I just wanted to be sure.
I said it and I explained who Emerald was because nobody knew.
Yeah.
And in my big speech, I was like, he's the guy who runs this shit. And the fact that you don't know about him is important. So I'll bring you the person that he wants because he's the guy who's in charge.
That is what I thought.
That was the... yeah.
And in that case, yes, the necrocephaly... No, it kind of gives you a sort of abbreviated, more blunt version of the same spiel that Glib just did, or that Panda just did as Glib.
I also apparently specified that he was the god of secrets in the speech.
Oh. So I, having confirmation on that, I go, well, I can confirm that not only did Glib, but as did I, and as did Bello here, this chaos magic was not from the Orthodoxy. In fact, it was from this Emerald. Trying to silence us, trying to stop
Roll me a
us.
persuasion check.
Come on, good bid.
I can't
Roll
guide
I have
it.
really good
Yes,
persuasion.
guidance.
What do I add?
D4.
D4? I appreciate this. Ooh, a 3.
Oh, okay. Three bonus, not 3 total.
Three-
Okay.
Yeah. 20.
Why were you groaning about that? You got a 19 and you were groaning?
I rolled an 8 on the die before I looked at my sheet,
Well, geez.
Nathan, oh my
and then I
god.
realized how good my persuasion is.
Right.
Listen, I'm the god of law.
That's
What do
fair,
you want
that's
from
fair,
me?
that's
You think I'm
fair.
not going to be?
Anyway,
Yeah.
the being in front of you, which is still unnamed, seems intrigued. Again, it doesn't have a face, but the best you can tell, it seems intrigued. Says,
Your stories align with that of your companion.
That's good.
Excellent.
I would hold off on war until we know more.
I am unconvinced, but we shall delay in the spirit of practicality.
Appreciated nonetheless. And we're going to find Glib, and then we're all going to put our heads together and figure this out.
I want you to roll an insight check. Everyone can roll an insight check, actually, on this.
Okay.
I am afraid. Can I roll over
14.
a 10? Oh my god. That's another 3.
God!
Oh my god, the third.
Bella's just
What-
disassociated.
what's the highest one?
all the time. He's just staring at the ground.
I got
Of course you did. Of course you did. Why'd I ask? So
This whole episode just been like a
it's hard to
pee,
do
I don't know.
tones for this voice that I'm doing for these guys, and therefore it's also hard to interpret tones for them. But a 20 gets you enough. The way that it is specifically phrased, what this thing says, there's an emphasis on something that is a little concerning. It's not "we'll hold off on war." It is "we'll hold off on war as we investigate further," kind of indicating like they're acting, but they're not starting a war yet. What that action is, you do not know, but like they're not just they're not sitting back because of the word of this random guy who showed up.
Right. So we're still on a time.
We won't actively start committing warfare yet, but we're going to be doing things.
Yes, exactly
Yes.
that. Exactly that.
Okay.
A little
For
more.
sure. I'll just
Yeah.
mentally note that. Be like, well, pleasure doing business. We'll be on our way if you don't mind.
Yeah, they don't stop you as you leave the territories.
Now, where the fuck are we?
Yeah, you did kind of leave without that.
You have no clue where I am.
I don't even think Panda knows.
Oh my god.
You took the reins on that. I figured you
kinda
had to
figured
follow.
you
I
did
mean,
too.
they didn't know nothing. I just need to get out of there. I had a 7th level teleport ready to go.
Well, I am glad to get out of there, but we are a little bit in hot water.
Yeah.
Bello, you wouldn't... Anything?
I mean, I have been kind of looking around this place for a while. I don't think I've seen any glibs, have I? I don't think so. Have I?
Not that glib, I would. I mean, give me a roll. If you get like a nat 20, maybe you will have seen this homeless glib.
Is this like a perception?
No, this is
or,
just a
like,
flat.
history?
This is a flat.
flat.
It is unlikely that you would have seen this random guy, but it is possible. So you just get a flat. It's not like a bonus thing.
Guess what the fuck I rolled? Guess what I rolled? Just guess.
3.
That's
Is
incredible.
another 3.
God damn!
All right. You should use a different die, maybe.
We're rolling in the threes, baby.
I'm using digital
Would,
dice because I left my dice elsewhere.
This is an amazing argument for physical dice. I've been rolling
Yeah.
insane this whole session.
All right. So, yeah, you don't know where the specific glib might be. That's a bit of a mystery.
Would Styx, as a god of wisdom, be able to like meditate and maybe confer with Vaktan and see if we can get any leads that way?
Yeah, you can. The funny thing is there's like a comedic, dare I say, comedically obvious answer that none of you have figured out yet, and because of that, I'm not going to tell you what it is.
I think I have scrying. I have scrying.
That was not what I was thinking, but that would also work. If you, I will say this: if you figure out a way to find him without this obvious thing,
Out of character, because I don't think Styx would know about it, but maybe the tablet.
yeah, it
That
was
you were
canonically
texting.
mentioned that Glib like kept and looked at the
yes, he
like
does.
Panda said that 10 minutes ago.
Yes, it does.
God of
Yeah,
wisdom, baby!
yeah, that's what Vaktan
I can talk
that's-
well. I don't have good wisdom.
Styx confers with Vaktan, who
Vaktan, like, sticks his hand, like his left hand bites him on the fucking ear and drags him towards Goodman's pocket.
Oh, right.
The hand is just like, the fucking tablets, moron!
I didn't know! I didn't get the spiel!
I text
All right. What do you say?
Yo,
Yo,
where are you?
where are you at?
All right, Glib. You get a text from like one of the 2 numbers saved in your tablet that just after a month of nothing that just says, "Yo, where you at?"
You don't get a
Oh
response.
my god.
This motherfucker.
He didn't respond. What do I?
I mean, I can just close my eyes and see.
But that's show title. Yo, where you at is show title. It has to be. It has to be episode 2. Yo, where you at? That's gotta be it.
Are there red receipts on his tablet?
I'm gonna say it's.
Do I see
Yeah,
that he
I don't
read
think
it?
Glib would have turned them off. So sure.
It says here he read it. What a dick! What?
Maybe he's busy. Sometimes if I close my eyes really hard, I can see other places. So let me see if I can see him.
Nathan, did you send that
This is
message?
new. Hold on.
Bello closes his eyes and casts scrying.
All right. I do not remember the exact details of that spell. So.
It says you can see and hear a particular creature you choose that is on the same plane of existence as you. The target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target and the sort of physical connection you have to it. If a target knows you're casting the spell, it can fail the saving throw voluntarily if it wants to be observed. Obviously, it doesn't know.
If it wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would consider that being like familiar. You know the target. You know the target well, or firsthand you have met the target.
I would say you're familiar. I mean, I would say you know how many, because you've interacted with Glib before as part of B Team.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
It was the Super Happy Fun Time crossover and the last episode.
Yeah. So not much, but you like are aware of each other.
Okay. I don't know if it's either knowledge or connection. If we want to use both, then
read me. Let me look it up to see the exact.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm the one that determined.
I've never cast.
I typed in 5e crying by accident, which is what I'm sure a lot of people are doing watching this episode. All right, let's see.
Oh, also, how much do you care about spell components, like material ones?
In spell component, I am the type of DM that says I don't really care about spell components unless it's something like really notable.
It says a focus worth at least 1,000 gold pieces. I would need something. Can I just use the card as a
well, here's the thing. Like, that's fine. I don't look. I'm maybe a little more loose with the rules than I should be. I don't care that much. So connect.
Boo components.
Yeah, boo components. Connection is like literally like a thing that you have. It's not just
okay.
Yeah, because it says like
Not
a
emotional
likeness
connection.
or a picture, a possession or a garment or a body part like lock of hair or something. It is a literal like item.
Yeah, I don't have
for
that,
knowledge,
so
I would say firsthand, but not familiar. So it's just a flat. So
Okay, so I need Glib to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw, no modifiers on top of that.
I mean, like, whatever he adds to wisdom is what he adds to wisdom, but he would take -5 to the roll.
Not -5,
7.
just nothing to the roll.
I think he said I have familiar.
If I said familiar, I meant firsthand. I might have misspoke. I'm sorry.
then
I meant
never
the middle stage where it's just +0.
Okay.
Got it.
So you have to get a
Alright,
17.
I got an 11.
Good.
All right, so I know where you are.
Okay.
Well.
On the it says on a failed save, the spell creates an invisible sensor within 10 feet of the target. You can see and hear the sensor as if you were there. The sensor moves with the target remaining within 10 feet of it for the duration. A creature that can see invisible objects sees the sensor as a luminous orb about the size of your fist.
Okay, so here's the fun thing about this spell that I think is going to be very good for like role play, especially given that it is Bello casting it. You do not know where Glib is. You can see Glib and the area around Glib. You do not necessarily know where Glib is. This is like, I can see a New York City street corner, and you're gonna have to intuit and do some detective work from there. It is not, I know the location. It is, I can see the location. So this will be fun.
So I have to do like a perception or investigation check to see if I recognize anything around.
Go ahead and give me a perception check to start.
And
'Cause
Matt,
I'm so
I
good
can
at those.
see. I can see ghosts and shit. Does that count as invisible items? Can I see them?
I specifically said ghost, but since I think it's funny, sure, you can see this little weird ball.
Okay.
We basically need to dodge.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
This street sign,
Okay.
right?
17. I got a 17.
Okay, you are at least aware of, like, to continue using New York City terms, you know, like, the neighborhood. You're not sure of the exact street corner, but you know, like, the general area from the architecture.
Oh, I've been here before. I recognize this area. It's, the name escapes me. It is...
Momo looks to the
Waiting for
DM who
Matt.
doesn't know either. Let me find... give me a history check to see if you remember the name for not stalling reasons.
Oh.
City district names, fantasy name generators.com.
Okay, I'm rolling so much better now. That's a 21.
Hell yeah.
21.
yeah.
What the? This is the weirdest city district generator I'm just gonna pick one from this because it's funny. Sneft Grove. That's the name.
Sneft Grove.
Sneft. That was what
Sneft
the.
Grove.
Oh, Steph,
That is not-
It was
what the
either
street is
that
called.
or Fort Svetmionk. I don't know what this generator is on. SPHETMIONK. I don't know.
Okay, fellow.
This website's generally great. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know what's happening right now. Someone fed it some bad data.
Can you actively see?
Glib software sped me off and said, "Fuck no."
Can you actively see Glib?
Yes.
But okay, all you see is the neighborhood. It is a street corner, but he's just huddled over with his cloak, like his hood up. And the second he sees the light, he like panics, steps back, and as he sees that it moves with him, he books it.
Glib
And
chase!
it's running down the street.
All right, we're doing
Oh,
this.
he's moving.
We're doing this.
He's moving.
Let's go.
He can't move. He can't do that.
First thing I'm gonna need is I'm gonna need everybody who is chasing to make a survival check, and we're kind of gonna see who gets the highest to see who can navigate.
Survival. See, okay, now this I don't have insane stats on.
I have really
That's a
good
6, which I
survival
think
for
is-
some reason. I don't know why.
I got a 6, which I think is the exact same thing I rolled on my last survival check.
I got
That's an 11.
a 15.
Glib, then I'm gonna need you to make a survival check for hiding from the law. Is it as you assume it is? I think.
That's a 4.
Oh, okay. Well, Glib is not as good at this as... I mean, Glib doesn't have the experience of being in the party for the events of the first 2 seasons at the moment, so I guess that tracks.
No.
So, you guys are able to get to the district. Everyone in the chasing party, give me a perception check now that you are in Sneft Grove.
Now I got
Am I
this.
still in Snapped Grove? How far have I run?
You got a 4, so not
Not
a
far.
lot
Got
of
it.
distance.
I bumped into some people.
You also have kind of small legs.
I do. I am short. That is a good point.
Do I make it with advantage
got a-
because I'm also scrying and I've been here before?
I would argue that trying to look at 2 places at once would be harder. So we'll just say that it's a flat roll.
Fine, that's a 15.
15.
I got 19.
And a 5. Okay.
A 5.
Good bid. You see Glib booking it from this thing like around a corner.
I got him. Keep it pushing.
Glib, I need you to make a perception check now.
That's a 6.
Okay, yeah, you do not.
I'm running.
You
I'm running away.
you are too focused on the orb to notice the people that are now chasing you. So I guess here's the question for the party. You are like within range of Glib. Are you like what's the goal? Are you trying to like call out to him? Are you trying to like tackle him? What's the play here?
What is the play here?
I know that I think Styx would specifically try to get him with his right hand of bliss, and get the man calm before he even try to do anything.
Of Vaktan.
The soothing nibble.
Oh, you made it, Mike. Mike. Now chat's gonna be.
I'm just a funny boy. It's what I do.
Good bit as
What can I say?
Okay, make your
What neck? He's a fucking frog.
make your attack roll.
Okay. That's a nat 20.
Glib.
Fuck me.
That is a
Glib,
soothing nibble.
You are booking it around Sneft Grove, trying to get away from this orb, and then all of a sudden, from like an alleyway to your right, this random ass goblin that you've never seen before, hand fully outstretched, crashes into you, and you feel like a bite on where the hand impacted you as you crashed to the ground from a dude hitting you. Feeling slightly more calm about the situation than you would think. Not as still a little freaked out, but not as bad as you would think from being tackled by a guy.
If he's tackled, can I shove a mushroom in his mouth?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
If that wasn't too long for a show title, yes. Make me. What do you roll for a force feed check?
Sleight of hand.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Sleight of hand. Why not?
Slide.
Fuck it. Sleight of hand. Do some
That's
mushrooms.
a 12. I'm just like,
Glib,
no, open your mouth. Open your mouth. You have to calm down.
Make
You have to calm your down.
dex check with disadvantage.
Make a what check?
A dex check to see if you can
check
not. I'm throwing stats at the wall here. I don't know. There's not a rule set for
That's with disadvantage a 19.
No, he does not.
God,
He's like slapping it away
damn.
with his tongue because he can.
You gotta calm down.
Meanwhile,
you gotta calm down. Just eat the mushroom.
Styx is petting him like a rat dog. Like, it's okay. I'm your friend. We're friends.
Glib, we are
It's okay.
here to help.
I'm so sorry to the chat and everyone in here, because I am like 2 steps away from ruining the fucking mood, because Glib is on the edge of tears, repeatedly saying he's sorry because he does not know what is happening and he does not know what he did. He just thinks he's being chased by you guys.
You gotta
There's
calm
nothing
down.
to be afraid of.
Mushroom.
Styx works in hospitality. I think he would pick up on that. Like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, like holding up a hand to Bello and to Mr. Glib. Like, okay. I think we got him. Let's de-escalate.
Glib
Put the mushroom away.
The second
Bello.
everyone lets go of Glib, he like scutters into the corner of whatever building they were close to and is like hunched up in a ball trying to like keep away from them. He has still not stopped like apologizing, just going, I don't know what I did. I don't know what I promised you. I'm sorry. I don't know what I did. Please.
We know you don't.
Oh, man.
We know you don't. Believe me. We know you don't. You shouldn't know what you did. You're okay. You're okay for now. I don't want to panic you, but I'm also not going to lie to you. You did something, but it can be fixed. And it cannot be fixed unless we work together and we breathe. Can you breathe in through your nose? Do you have a nose? Breathe in and breathe out.
I can't breathe. I don't know why I can't breathe. I've never breathed.
Fuck, Panda.
Why would
we
you?
know that
Okay,
about
then don't
you.
breathe. Just clear head. Okay.
Saying all the worst things to someone who's dead.
I have never had literally all the wrong words before.
Hey, Matt, secondary question. He's got Vaktan in him. Can I see Vaktan? Not Styx, I can see ghosts. Can I see Vaktan?
I'm gonna say that you can see kind of like these sort of glowing, like I'm trying to think of a good comparison for the imagery. Like these sort of swirls of like glowing golden light going around. Not a form, but like you can see an aura around him. I will say, for
Not helpful.
well, no. What I was gonna say is it looks more angelic than anything. Like Vaktan is a god of peace and wisdom. It is a very like soothing. It is not a threatening aura. It is, a very sort of as much
Matt,
a good
if
aligned
you saw
aura.
an angel descend in front of you, are you telling
We're
me
not-
it would be like everything is fine?
I used angelic as a general term. I don't leap to biblically
I know, I'm
accurate.
saying that, like, even if it is a soothing aura, the most powerful thing I have literally
I
ever
get it,
seen is now
it's-
standing in front of me.
Look, it's not I'm saying this is good. This is congratulations, it's not as scary as it could be, okay?
Be not afraid, everything is fine.
I shouldn't have said angel. Everyone's jumping to...
I mean, I do have multiple mouths.
Yeah.
He's
Coming out of it, he's
like everything is fine. But that's to say, but, like, he's mouths in his hands and golden auras floating around
The
him.
point's been
I
made.
just tried to get drugged, I got tackled, I was chased, and now I have 3 fucking beings over me. One
Sir,
with
your
hands.
customer service complaints have been noted, but we gotta move on.
None of this is not great.
It's not ideal, no.
Did I cast Charm Person on?
Can we not?
The second I get my memories back, I'm gonna hate you guys.
I'm just gonna tell him to like chill out. He will regard us as a friend. If I do.
Go for it. This is an interaction between you guys.
Frog. Let's do it. Let's go.
You don't have to ask me for permission unless you're doing something really insane.
Yeah. I'm casting Charm Person. This is getting out of hand.
Oh, wait, it's been out of hand.
It's a Wisdom save of 17.
17. That is a 25.
Fuck!
Do I know you just tried to cast that on me?
I don't.
I'm not sure. That depends on the spell.
Yeah.
I think
It
that
says-
does.
It says when the spell ends, you would know that you were charmed. So I imagine if it fails, you would know I tried to.
Let me look it up, because that will matter. Alright. Let's see. When the spell ends... Yeah, that is weird. It does just say when the spell ends. That feels like a little bit of an oversight.
I think for like things like this, typically, if it doesn't say that then the spell just fails, like nothing happens.
Okay, well, there's an easy solution to this. This spell has verbal and somatic components. Goodbid just did it,
Yes, it does.
visibly. So,
Yes, I did.
think that answers enough of the question.
But does Glib know what magic is?
If I just saw you try and cast something on me, I probably know
I go, we are your friends.
That's what...
Dude, I straight up have hand mouths. I think he can put together that there's magic.
Yeah, I'm a frog. You have a giant butterfly with you.
He is a frog.
Listen. Your name is Glib. We are your friends. We came here together. There are people who are after you. We are not them. We are here to help.
How do I know that? Who are you?
My name is Styx Bradley, Paladin for hire.
Bradley, hold on. I'm Goodbid. Goodbid from the phone.
Oh,
that
that
too.
too. Yes. I've seen a lot of people who look like you. How do I know that?
Show him your fucking tablet.
Hold on. Give me a second. I'm pulling it up. I don't know how to work this.
Goodbid shoves the "Yo, where you at?" text in Glib's face.
We were trying to find where you at.
Okay. Glib has stopped shaking, at least, but he's not out of the corner. He's not actively, like, terrified anymore.
You can tell from the messages we sent that we were working together. We're on the same team. Use your logic. I know you're a smart frog.
I made a stealth check to sidle up next to Glib and be like,
Are you gonna try and drug me again?
no. I said, it looks like you haven't. I got a 15 anyway.
I mean, Glib's got a perception against that. It's not...
How was your passive perception?
Passive perception, I don't think it would be above a 15.
Yeah, my passive perception is an 11.
Yeah, so you gotta...
Oh, okay, then I'm above it. So I'm just like right now next to you and be like,
Looks like you're having a tough day. How about a mushroom?
That didn't help the situation.
if I eat one too, will you eat one?
Bello, you're the only one that looks like you, and a 4-foot-tall butterfly just came up next to him and said, "Hey, do you want some drugs?" Right after you got calmed down by everyone else. Glib is immediately scurrying away from Bello. Also remembering you tried to drug me 5 minutes ago.
I love this scene.
Bello, hold on.
We appreciate the initiative, but I think we can go with the tablet. I think we got it.
The tablet.
What
Matt,
you got?
do I have a house, an apartment?
Yes, you do. I'll say you have... Hold on, let me grab something over here. I will say you have a pretty nice apartment, but since you would live in like the downtown area, but you have a nice apartment.
Do I have an inkling of how far away we are from my apartment?
I mean, yeah, you at worst you have a map, so sure.
Oh, okay. I go, listen, I got a place that we can all stay. It's going to be a little cramped with the four of us, but, you know, I've been working. Listen, we've been out for a month. We got a lot of catching up to do. Did anything happen out of character? Does Bello see the same membrane that she saw on me? Did anything happen when Bello touched Glib?
So I would say the membrane is... Bella's going to need to make it...
More of a chaos
Bella's going to need to make a
thing?
check for that, actually.
Okay,
Arcana check.
That's the Arcana?
Yeah.
I think that's a better one. That's a 21.
21. See,
Nice.
Here's the thing. The reason that the membrane was so visible on both Goodbid and Styx was because you are both order aligned. And so it was like, it was like trying to mask a very, very, very bright color by putting like a thin sheet of something white on top of it. With Glib's domain is adjacent to chaos. Or not adjacent, but it's close. It's closer. It's not, so... Bello, you can maybe sense that there's something off. There's a little bit of chaos in this thing, but it is not as palpable as the diametrically opposed energies that were being covered on Styx
even
and
with a
Goodbid.
21?
This is Emerald's magic directly.
Right.
I still...
Since it was the
I still try to cut it open.
Go ahead.
That's going to be
How far away is it from?
another. I'm gonna actually. Okay, first, Glib, do you want to like Dex check to get away from this bug poking you?
Yeah, are you trying to touch me? I just tried
No,
to
I'm not
scurry
gonna
away
touch
from you. No, this is out of
But I
character.
imagine-
Are you trying to touch Glib?
No, I think the membrane is like not actually physically on
here's
you.
the thing.
It's like
Matt, is it?
Here's the thing. It actually doesn't matter. It would. If Bello was trying to cut the membrane, it's like a weird aura membrane thing. It would look to Glib like Bello is trying to ET poke.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch you. I promise.
Oh, I'm gonna make this so much worse. I'm so sorry. As soon after trying to scurry away from Bello and having Nathan be like, "Look, we just need to go somewhere so that we can work this out," and seeing Bello reach out at him again, Glib instinctually is going to raise his hand and, without thinking, try and Eldritch Blast Bello because now he's scared again.
All right, make your attack roll. Make.
That's an 18.
Oh, that's probably.
gonna hit.
Yep.
That's gonna hit.
It's only
Is
going to
this
be
something
one
I can-
because it's a panic shot.
That's
And that is going to be 8 damage shots of Eldritch Blast shot. As soon as he does that, he's not going to continue to fight. That's the first time he's done that since he's been
Probably a shock to him.
mind wiped. So now he's panicking, like, what just happened? Why did I do that?
What happened is proof positive that we are telling the truth
Yes.
and that we need to go to Goodbit's apartment and figure
How do I
all
know
this
you won't
out
take me to
before
them?
we do any more fighting or
How do I
drugging.
know you
Take
won't
you to
take
them?
me to them? And I hold my hand up to them again.
Because they...
Do the names Emmy and SG mean anything to you?
Matt?
I was given so just the Eldritch Blast. I'm gonna say Emmy has a little bit more of an effect because that is tied to the magic. SG doesn't really bring anything yet until memory is restored. But Emmy has a sort of similar effect that actually no, it has more. The same thing that happened to Goodbit at the beginning of the episode, but more so because Glib had more of a connection.
Right.
Not putting his hand down. Glib doesn't even know how to Warlock Blast, Eldritch Blast again. He just thinks that his hand does that, so he's like, "What is that? What is that? I don't know what that is."
Emmy is someone you care about that was taken from you. And you were trying to get them back, and that's how you ended up without your memory. Now, if we go back to my place, only if you want to.
I'm not going anywhere with you. I'm not going anywhere. If you have something, you do it here.
Okay. We'll sit right here.
Well, I tried to do something and then you shot me in the face.
If I may, I think generously I've been the least at you. If I may, with your express consent, try to fix this for you.
Get your memory back right here in the street.
Glib just staring at him, looks over at Goodbit and looks back at Styx, and says, "You tall mustache, come here."
Yeah.
And as soon as he gets close to him, Glib is going to grab him by the mouth with his other hand and hook him close. Not to, because he goes, if you do anything to me, I'll do it to him. I'll do what I did to that thing to him.
Understood.
Goodbit, by the way, Glib means that. You feel his hands start to heat up.
Yeah. I don't doubt it.
Okay. All right.
I would like to
I thought I would be dealing with
to Mr. Bradley. Is Bella the only one that can do the memory stuff?
I fixed you and Bello.
Oh, you did that?
With the
Bello,
Bacchanal.
for the record, Bello was able to block it out temporarily because Bello is connected to chaos and can manipulate chaos energy in some sense. Vaktan was able to infuse it with a counter. Vaktan could counterspell it basically with opposing energy.
Right. I'll just message Styx and be like, he's serious. He means it, and he's ruining my mustache.
He messages back, duly noted. Mr. Glib, you have my swear that I'm not going to do anything untoward, and neither will you. Copy?
Glib doesn't respond. He just keeps staring at him but doesn't move.
Slowly, Styx extends his right hand. Now, in the interest of transparency, you will feel a little nibble and a rush of memories coming back to you. None of it's malicious, though it may be slightly unpleasant for a period. Copy?
Glib very, lightly nods.
There we go. In the middle. And he lays his hand on Glib.
Glib, you feel a bite,
boy.
which I imagine is very unsettling, even though it was, something that you were warned about.
I was warned,
yes.
but
but
you feel the hand grip just slightly when he bites, because of course.
Briefly after that, you feel something reminiscent of a sort of membrane or veil being sort of peeled away as your memories start to return, all of them being both good and bad, and given that it is Glib, this is probably
I
the
don't
most
know if y'all
traumatic.
thought that one through.
This is the most traumatic set of memories.
You said we do it here, we did it here.
I was an amnesiac.
Yeah, a very unreasonable one, but
It is also worth noting that Glib, not only is this is good bid that he's holding, but also he has been bitten by someone that you don't really recognize. You maybe remember seeing him on the ship, but you've known Bradley for 20 minutes. you've interacted with Bradley. So, anyway, your memories are restored. We'll see how this goes.
As the memories rush back into Glib, because Glib does not live a good life.
Yeah.
Glib like looks down, and you feel his hand start to like grip down in the interest of like he doesn't really recognize the fact that there's a face under his hand. He doesn't shoot anything, but like
My God.
it is like I am feeling the most searing pain I've ever felt. Glib drops down and he's holding his head. He has not let go of you yet, just because he's getting all of this all at once. And then you hear he starts to scream, but doesn't let it completely out. And then you see a complete shift in his demeanor. Just goes from shaking violently because everything's coming back to stops. He lets you go and he stands up and he looks he does not look at Goodbit, he just lets him go. He looks at Styx and he holds up his hand and goes, "Who the fuck are you and what did you do to me?"
You quote quick, don't you, son?
Who are you?
My name is Styx Bradley. I am a paladin for hire. I life coach, and I am...
He came with us on the ship.
Why was he on the ship?
I am a recent vessel of Vaktan. You picked me up, and for the record, young man, I just helped you out of a very dangerous scenario because I think you got us into an even more dangerous one. What do you know about the war that you started, huh? Because I do not take kindly to such unhospitable behavior.
Glib's staring at him, just puts his hand down and looks over at Goodbin and just says, "How long have we been out?"
A month.
That's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Completely ignoring
place.
Styx, talking only to Goodbid. Glib says, "Who did you talk to? How long ago and when?"
Well, we met your not-so-friends at the Puddle of Death.
Which ones? What did he look like? What did he sound like?
They all look the same. Freaky robo-tentacle monsters.
What do they tell you? What do you know?
Said they're looking for you, first of all.
Why?
And said that you promised them Bello. Something you failed to mention in our cool little text conversation, Glib.
Yeah, Glib.
Okay. And they let you go?
You know, I'm good with words. I told them that I'd bring them you. Obviously lying. But it depends on which side you're on nowadays.
I'm on the side of saving our fucking planet.
So am I. So am I. But there's better ways to do it than whatever the hell you were cooking up down in Nightmare Town.
Do you know him? And I point at Bello.
Me?
Me?
I am talking to Goodbit and pointing at Bello.
Yes, I know Bello.
How well? I've met him 3 fucking times, and the only other time that I have seen that thing is when he fucking evaporated Canyon. And that is the only time that I remember, so I don't give a fuck what happens to that, because I want to get home!
Okay, you're really rude. You need to have a mushroom, and at this point, I'm not fucking asking. And I'm gonna shove it in my mouth.
All right. I hope to God you pass this check.
Shoving it in his mouth.
Give me opposed dex checks here.
What could possibly go wrong?
We're never getting out of this fucking alley.
My God.
No.
There's a 13.
Glib, I hope you fail so bad. I mean that in the nicest way, but...
Save?
Oh, that was acrobatics. No, that's the same thing. Yeah, same thing. Damn it!
Oh.
What'd you roll?
Out of 13. Oh, okay, I can
15.
guidance myself. I forgot
What?
that. I forgot I have guidance. I'm gonna.
Wait, what did
guidance
Glib get?
myself, see if I can beat that.
15.
Oh,
You got a
okay,
15.
so guidance actually could
Ah!
be...
I got a 17.
Okay.
All together now.
So, remember when I
Oh
said,
my
like,
gosh.
20 minutes ago, I believe my line was, "That's vague enough to be funny later"? You asked Polnari, this very chaotic being, for specifically like something that will make someone relax, right?
Yeah.
Bello, out of nowhere, shoves this mushroom in Glib's mouth mid-rant, and for a moment nothing happens other than, I'm assuming, a very angry and stunned Glib. And then, immediately, all your muscles just go full relax, and you fall to the ground limp.
Can I catch him? Can I try to catch him?
Yeah, make a dex check to catch him.
Like a sleight of hand? I don't know. That one. You're done.
You try to catch him and like drop him more. Like you catch him and then drop him again. Actually, wait, no. Even funnier. Hold on. You catch him and then like is heavier than you were expecting, and so then you fall and he like lands on top of you.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Glib, your muscles are fully relaxed. You can like, look around, your eyes can move, and maybe you can make like vague sounds, but you are just limp on the ground on top of Goodbit at the moment.
I just stand on Glib's chest and be like, I have 9
Hold on.
So you need to be nice.
I do just want to note that you just said you stand on Glib's chest when I explicitly said he was on Goodbit. So Glib falls on Goodbit, Bello then stands on top of Glib on top of Goodbit. This was such a serious and dramatic monologue that Panda did.
You're giving this man reasons to not sacrifice your ass.
Panda did such a good monologue, and then it was just...
Yeah.
I'm standing on his chest.
The fucking potty we
and I think, I have 9 more of these, so you need to be nice, or this is going to keep happening. Can you just be nice? Is that something you're capable of, Glib?
Glib isn't even looking at him. Glib can move his eyes and he's choosing not to look at him.
Can I get out from under here, please?
See, okay. I need everybody, except for probably Glib, to make me a perception check. Because there's something really important that I don't think anyone has considered about this scenario that you guys are in right now.
Another nat 20.
All right, the others are irrelevant because Goodbid somehow underneath everybody sees this. Let me take this moment to remind the party that this whole interaction is happening on a public street.
Yeah.
So, people were, like, watching this. Now that there has been, like, active... What looks like assault. Is assault. You see, Goodbid, you see someone, like, take out their tablet and, like, push some buttons while, like, looking up at you and starting to back away.
It's time.
Yeah.
Matt, how
you
familiar would you say I am with my apartment?
You guys chased a homeless man through the street, tackled him, tried to drug him, cornered him, had him get back up after violently shaking, and then drugged him again.
Hey, look, listen, until the cornering and the drugging,
here's the thing.
Have done shit, they
I was actually thinking of this the entire time. I was like, I hate to be so cynical, but at what point do people get involved? And I think one thing that helped a lot was the fact that, like, Styx was genuinely, like, trying his best to be like, hey, we're here to help, calm down, but, like, for everyone's chaos, Styx was actually trying to, like, rein in a lot, and then you tackled everybody. And that has overridden Styx's crisis mitigation has been overruled at this stage.
I don't know how this whole memory loss thing exactly affects everything. I know I have a place. Would you consider me very familiar with that place regarding a teleportation
the memories
spell?
of the month when your memory was restored.
Okay. In that case, I will be casting teleport to try and take us back.
Does that work on everybody?
Place. Now, this does... It works on everybody, but I do have to roll a D100 to see how well it goes.
Okay.
Because I don't have a permanent teleportation circle in my house.
Me after disappearing my phone?
Really interesting.
I swear to God.
This is just going to be a repeat of season 1 where someone fucks up a teleport and, like, skips to the end boss.
If all I have to... Where's my D10? All I have to do is roll a 25 or better, and we are in the apartment.
Let's see.
Okay? There's only... From 14 to 25, we're a little off target. From 6 to 13, we're in a similar area. And then 1 through 5, we have a mishap. And I don't even want to read what
No,
that
you don't have to because I know what it'll be.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
God.
So, anyways.
That's gonna be too.
I don't know if you do, Mike. You might.
I might not, but like with the knowledge I have,
Anyways,
I know
there's
the
only
worst thing you can do.
We have a 95% chance of this going great. Okay. Here we go. Are these both D10s? All right. Oh my God.
Okay.
42.
Okay.
All right.
We got it.
All right. You're
got
in the
it.
apartment. You're good.
God.
Everyone breathe except for Glenn.
All right.
Yeah.
Everyone breathe. Mark that
I
off.
also want to point out the fact Glib's eyes are completely black. You can't see if he's looking at anything. So to everyone else, Glib just died. Like it was just.
Oh my God! No, you can make sound. I did say you can make like.
I haven't.
Yeah, that is true. You have it, but you do have the ability. That is a really good point.
So we all teleport. I'm still
You're
under
still
the frog
in the frog pile.
pile.
Glib is immobile.
But now all in my apartment.
I do. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, no,
studio.
it's like it is like an upscale New York apartment, but still really small.
Of course.
Yeah, Styx is
Yeah.
not in the frog pile, so I'm gonna say he like picks Glib up just like by the chest and like a handbag and just throws him onto a couch.
Oh, Bella's still
Prop
sitting
him up.
on his chest. Like glaring down at him.
Yeah.
He has to
All
promise
right.
to be nice. He has to promise to be nice. I will not be working with this group and being berated all the time.
I appreciate that, and Bello, you are owed an apology. I don't think he can physically give it at the moment, so we should table that.
Has he even tried?
For the time
But has
being.
he tried? Has he tried? Try.
No, I won't say he has.
God,
He's
is he
not.
dead?
He's not.
You can check a pulse, and you won't find one.
No. Also,
But yeah, I can't. He's got no pulse and he doesn't breathe.
It's a
Bella,
really
what did
good
you give
point. Unless Glib makes a sound, he is by all metrics a corpse.
Glib, I need you to confirm to us that you are your definition of alive, or I will throw you under the heaviest object I can find and crush.
I'm a god of death. I'm not even sure I can die, so I don't even think I'm gonna do that.
He's taking a
Goes
gamble.
corpse mode.
Listen,
You know, even if this guy, even if he wasn't drugged, he'd be a fucking sandbag, wouldn't he?
he definitely makes things difficult. Always has. It's why we love him.
It's Schrodinger's frog. Oh my God.
Schrodinger's frog, and the answer is yes to alive or dead.
All right, so the
Holy
party
shit.
has this frog corpse in Goodbid's house. You tried to
Great.
get your friend back, and you maybe murdered him. Wait, important question, Styx. Do you know he has death gun powers? I don't know if that would have been established for Styx.
No, but Styx
That's-
doesn't
okay.
really give a fuck about this guy. Like, Styx has encountered, like, solely unscrupulous characters this entire day, and, like, the one that should be the most sympathetic has been the most of an asshole, so he's kind of just, like... Again, not like
like,
malicious, but he's gonna be neutral as an
Styx, I feel like Styx's attitude right now, it's like, this sucks. So many other things we need to worry about right now. This sucks, it'll suck later.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
If there's one thing I know about Glib is that he is unlucky, and unlucky people don't die; they live and suffer. So I think
what a
we'll be all
casually
right.
terrifying line, Nathan.
Darkest fucking thing you could have
Holy
possibly
shit.
said.
I'm banking on you, Glib.
I'm banking on the
Could you
fact
be
that you're an unlucky
Unlucky
motherfucker.
people
You'll
don't
live
die.
through this terrible,
They
terrible
live
day.
and suffer. Holy shit.
Sorry about that.
No, it's good.
Oh, it goes hard.
I think this episode is a great contrast to the cosmic horror of last week, because this one's just so much bullshit in the best way.
Yeah, what was that you said about
That was the idea! The tones are going to clash, and then I'm going to weave them
okay.
together when we get further in.
Goodman's gonna make a space waffle and fucking get
Alright.
shit sorted.
Yeah.
Anybody need coffee?
Fucking please.
No, thank you.
And poor Bella's just like sitting on like one of those, I don't know what they're called, the one seats couches things, and is just crossing like his bottom two legs and like folding his other four.
Pause. 1-seat couches.
Yeah,
Like
I
a
don't know what they're
fucking
called.
chair, Momo? What? What do you mean? 1-seat couch?
They're not like recliners.
No,
they're like
like-
built like couches, but like.
A love seat.
But
a love
the love
seat,
seats
right?
are two
Yeah,
Or is
people.
that something different?
Momo, I have
like-
no idea
right.
what you
Well,
mean.
like,
if
they're
not
usually big
chair. No,
It's
No, I know what,
I
Momo, I
don't.
know
Yeah,
what you're
it's
talking
like
about.
Armchair.
Like, it is a
You've seen
thing.
Blue's
You're
Clues,
sitting in an
like-
armchair.
that's okay.
armchair. That's it.
So chair.
Armchair, yes,
Specifically
yes.
the armchair. It's specifically
no,
armchair. Matt, okay? It's an armchair.
Okay.
1-seat couch.
Listen, if secrecy is a subset of chaos magic, then fucking armchair is a subset of chair. We can
Yes.
specify.
Yeah, take that, lore guy.
This is the dumbest episode of the show after God Force. Anyway.
All right. So I get everybody coffee. I go, listen, let's assume Glib's alive. He cannot speak, and we don't know if he can look, but he can't turn off his ears. So let's have a conversation.
Fuck.
Ah,
Very good. We got a war council. They want Glib and Bella. I don't know what they want to do with either of them, but I assume they're both unscrupulous.
I think Goodbid will sit down and fully tell everything that they saw at the. What is the actual name? I keep on coming up with weird names for them.
Necrocephali. It is basically just means
Cephalai.
death squid in Latin.
Where am I pulling Necronomicon?
Well,
from?
Necronomicon's a thing. Yeah, Necronomicon
From
is a
the
is a
Necro.
thing.
Yeah.
Necronomicon is like
Okay.
death, dark
Necros-
magic book. Because Necro just means like death.
God.
So, Necrocephali just means death.
Anyways, the Necro. Goodbid will basically tell the entire experience of that. And of course, Glib can't fill in the gaps, but heavily implying that when he's able to fill in those gaps, I think he'll just be like, I think going forward, we need to be honest and agree on a plan. Splitting up is not the move. Glib, we're going to get SG back. We're going to save the world. But you can't abandon the only people you have left to do it. Because then all you're left with is hate and rage. And then we know how that goes.
How much longer do I have under the
That's
influence, Matt?
a good question that no one
a good
asked until now. I'm gonna say it is starting to wear off just for the sake of storytelling. We'll say you can't move yet, but you can like talk quietly. It's a little slurred, but like you're starting to regain your.
Okay.
Polnari was smart enough to not make this like a "you're out for the rest of the day" thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. After Goodbid says that, you hear Glib back on the couch, corpsed out, just kind of in like a semi-loud whisper, I guess. Just kind of goes, ever since 2 years ago, all I have seen is people die. Even if these are who I have left, all you're gonna do is the same as everyone else. Unless I fix it.
Interesting.
Fix what?
Okay.
Glib just kind of groans when this is fix what? And this is, what do you think? Do you want to be stuck in this hellhole?
Glib, I need you to make a perception check
I don't.
because you just said some interesting little.
Glib.
There's some word choice there.
8.
8.
That's not nothing.
Well, Glib, that is an interesting way to show you care, but there's got to be a better way. Look, Goodbid's hard to kill. I mean, the place is crawling with him, so my survival rate's pretty good.
Glib takes a breath and goes, how much of the necrocephali did you see?
Well, we saw like just six or seven guys off the train.
They have it.
I'd reckon
They have an army bigger than any I've ever seen.
and they have nowhere to point their anger. From someone who's been there before, that's the most dangerous thing available. To take out Emmy, we need to use them like a weapon. Even if we gave them Bello, they would not know what to do with him.
Now we're talking.
There is no downside to giving them the bug.
See, now...
I have a question for you, Mr. Glib, and I do forgive you if it's a bit too philosophical. And you can disregard me if you don't have an answer now. But throughout this city, I have encountered the most unscrupulous and uncaring characters I have ever seen. And they are in here enjoying this hellhole, as you say. And your plan is to give up a friend, an acquaintance, do something unscrupulous, sacrifice, and be selfish. What sets your plan apart from Good Bit Inc., from Gob Bit Inc.? Exactly.
My plan is to take over the army. They won't be able to use Bello in any way, because I'll be in charge. And before you say anything about if I can, or if that's possible, everyone in the War Council already sides with me over their supposed king.
Mr. Glib, you have me misconfigured. I do not care if something is possible. I care if it is right.
And I don't care if something is right. I care if it works. So you can either get on board, or you can pray and hope that it doesn't come for you next.
I would sooner die than pray to a god like you.
Then I hope you die fast.
All right.
Lines from both people. Nice work.
Little golf clap for the role play there. That was very nice. Listen. Sticks. Glib. Bello. I'm not opposed entirely to this idea of utilizing this army. Otherwise, we're high and dry. That being said, I don't think... we just don't know enough. I believe we should use this army to get Emmy back, to stop Emerald. I probably won't say Emerald. I'll probably say the older one.
Nice catch.
To stop the older one from running this place. But I also believe that there are millions and millions of people who do live here. That we can't... So we're trying to save our world. We can't destroy theirs in the process. And I also believe that if we're going to use Bello as our key to get you in control of the army, Bello should have a say.
I'm gonna speak up and go,
What do you think my plan is?
not rhetorically, he's genuinely asking.
What do you think I plan to do?
I think you are angry, and I think you perhaps planned to just take this whole place down for wronging you, which wouldn't be terribly out of character. But that's why we're having this conversation.
You have misread my intentions.
I hope so, my friend.
I plan to use them like a sword to cut away the cancer that rules this place. I don't care about the city or the people in it, but I don't plan to just let them run wild. I plan to go after the older one directly, using the resources that none of you but me have seen. I know what they're capable of. I know what they have. Can anyone here say the same?
No, we can't. And despite your vegetative state, you still seem to be forcing my hand.
Do what you think
I'm
works.
with the plan. It's our best option. It truly is.
And I get a say, right?
Of course, Bello.
Bello gets on like one of the highest things in the room
And
to
Glib
like,
will
like a
agree to
little
that.
soapbox or something.
Bellow speech.
Like I think I got on the coffee table.
Bellow speech.
Thank you for being here today. I would like to say my piece. My piece is that I don't like that Glib was mean to me, and I would like an apology.
Is that all, Bello?
Glib, you can
No,
speak
there's
normally,
more, but
by
I
the
want an
way.
apology first.
I won't force you into doing that voice for that long. I know how much it
Goodbid doesn't say
It's actually, I'm just whispering.
Okay.
I'm just whispering close to the mic. I can do it for
Goodbid
forever.
doesn't say
Well,
anything.
you don't
He
have to.
Looks at Glib. Just kind of looks at Glib and like, fucking apologize to the little butterfly, okay? Like, come on.
bare minimum.
You gotta work together here. We're a team. A team.
I am confused. You saw me scared and cold on the street and tried to drug me. What am I apologizing for?
For shooting me in the face, and then also, before that, trying to sell me off to the necrocephaly. I do not like that disrespect. I would like an apology.
Why do all of you think that I was going to hand over a person
Well,
without
Because
thinking through what they were
been
going to
very,
do?
you've been very mean, actually.
You're a bit
very
surly.
mean. Only said very mean words to me, and I would like an apology.
I am sorry you can't see the bigger picture.
That's not an apology.
Come on. Can I persuade Glib? Whispering, please. Please swallow your pride for just one moment. I get it. I do. Bello is a simple creature. You don't even have to mean it. Just say the right word.
This has nothing to do with pride. But if it will make us move, then I apologize.
I now say
If that is what you need to
yes.
hear.
Now say that to him.
I already said it. That was me saying. I wasn't whispering it to
Did you
I
hear-
was just
did you
saying
hear
it out
that?
loud.
I did hear that.
Ah,
And I thank you for your apology. I am looking forward to your change in behavior to reflect it. And my next point
Good
is,
line.
I think we are all forgetting something very important about Backspace. We are missing the god of time. I think the god of time is lost like I've been lost. And if we find the god of time, maybe we don't even need a war. Or maybe the god of time can even help us just get Emmy instead of having to go to war with like the necrocephaly and all that stuff, and no one would have to get hurt. And the whole entire Backspace would get to go home to our respective timelines. And then everyone's happy.
that is an amazing point, Bello. There is more than one option. And Glib, to pander to you, war sounds like a lengthy process. If we can just find this time god, we already have the space god.
The plan isn't war. The plan has never been war. Everyone seems to think I'm trying to act like a general, but that's not the goal.
Well, in our defense, you're not. You get in these moods and you act rash, and we just don't know because then you shut down, you don't communicate, and
Our two options are to find a god that no one has found in the entirety of time that this place has existed.
which we've done once
or to
already.
use the army that we have already found to stage a raid on a spaceship.
If I might add, you already found the god of time, the god of space, me, by accident. So if we actually try to find the god of time, I believe we could do that so much faster than whatever your plan would take.
I don't.
And here we are again at indifference. Let's sleep on it,
Your
gang.
plan-
Before you guys get the chance to break, however, and take a rest, Goodbid, this is a apartment. There's tech here. All of your tablets suddenly get a news alert.
News alert.
Yeah, like a big, important alert that has been pushed through. Panda, you said something really, really interesting in the monologue that you gave, which I liked a lot because it ties into something that happened about half an hour ago. Which is, you mentioned that the necrocephali, I don't remember the exact phrasing, but it was something along the lines of they have a whole lot of anger inside with nothing to direct it at, and your goal was to take it and direct it at something. The leader of the necrocephali had Bello in his hands, basically, and was convinced by Goodbid to give that up, and now their source has vanished. There is already unrest within the War Council because of your attempted coup as well. And though you don't know the exact political motivations behind it, which you will find out later, I'm sure, across your tablets is a warning that the necrocephali have began an incursion outside of their usual territories and are now in an active assault against the Chaos Orthodoxy.
Those fishy bastards, but they'd wait.
I need everybody to make a
As soon as I hear him go, they said they'd wait, I go, what did you do?
I need everybody to make a perception check really quick.
14.
14?
Mm-hmm.
I do think Goodbid, I think I did say that Goodbid would have told you everything.
Finally. Natural 20.
Okay, Bello,
Let's go.
Once the alarms start going off and the atmosphere becomes immediately more like loud, not tense, the atmosphere is already tense, but like actively, volatile. Bello, you hear an odd sound, and out the window see what looks like a small robotic squid-like drone flying away.
Can I follow it?
You can try, but it's already going. Point is, they followed you, and they heard you say all that shit about wanting to turn them as a weapon.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not good. Glib, your plan is already actively failing.
Whose fault is that?
Actually, really yours, because you said it wouldn't fail.
Whose fault it is seems like a very complicated question at the moment.
We
It's
are
not
out
a very
of
fucking
time.
important one.
Regardless.
Am I completely up and moving, or am I still like?
I'll say you're pretty much, yeah.
Limp except for my
We're
head.
reaching the end of the session, so I'll go ahead and say you're up and moving if you would like to be.
Okay. Glib clumsily gets off of the couch and tries to stand up.
Ugh. Limbs all asleep and shit. Pins and needles.
Oy.
So, outside right now, can I make we just did a perception check.
Well, what?
How many are we surrounded? How bad is it?
Oh, the necrocephali. They're not. Interestingly, and again, this is why I said they. The political motivations behind this are not known. They are not attacking you. They are attacking Polnari. It is not they are attacking you. The two factions have begun a war.
Got it.
We have to get back. We have to help Polnari. He's done nothing wrong. Or they've done nothing wrong.
Oh, God.
They were
I will say, you guys can insight check if you want to figure out possibly, you saw, so you can insight check if you want to figure out the details here.
There's no way we can go to the necrocephali now and be like, we're back.
Actually,
I got a 18.
good. I was going to say Glib is probably the one that Glib knows the whole thing. So I thought about it, so I was like, Glib is really the only one that would know this. Glib,
yeah,
you know that the leader of the necrocephali was not super popular at the time. You also you heard he recruited you to go get Bello. You disappeared for a month. Then Bello shows up. He lets Bello go. The vibes that you get from this are that this is probably a very rash attempt by the leader to project the failings, because the failings are really he let people go. From the necrocephali perspective, that's his bad. But he has decided, again from your guess, he can go gung-ho, blame this on the Orthodoxy capturing their people, and hopefully get you out of the picture and get away with this triumph.
Okay. Glib is going to, as he's standing up, he goes, I stoked the flames of a coup to try and get power away from the leader. You showed up with Bello and said that you would get me back.
Yeah.
The leader is not very liked. So from his perspective, he has lost 2 of his most valuable prizes. And I'm assuming that what he's doing now is trying to take back any sort of power he can by pushing this onto Polnari, because I'm assuming that they saw Bello and you bargained with them to bring me back, right?
See,
Not. Listen. I made a bargain, perhaps, but all of it was a lie.
You and your fucking deals. Polnari is either going to die, or we can go and save them. Honestly, it doesn't matter at this point. Fight started. We can work with it, or we can ignore it. What's it gonna be?
We have to pick sides.
you do, and I want to point out, you do have to pick sides here. Like,
Yeah.
or you can pick nothing. Nothing is an option, but like, this is something. This is a decision point in the campaign, like a big one.
Out of character, then. Out of character. Let's discuss this.
I want to point out, it took me a second to process like the gravity of what exactly happened, because I was trying to analyze the unscripted show. What basically happened from the Necrocephali's perspective is, because you guys said, like, it was implied that, Glib showed up, this somewhat mythic hero to them, said he was going to get them something, and then they were told that he was gone because of amnesia due to chaos magic, while other people brought Bello. And I'm just going to go and say, put this in character so that you can, so that you know it. If you look at like news articles and things people are saying, the narrative that the Necrocephali are understanding right now, that is the one that's being said, the way they see it, the normal, like the most of the people, not necessarily the leader who might understand a little bit more of the situation. Glib showed up, promised something, and then seemingly sacrificed himself to get the thing done because his companions brought it without him. At which point the leader let that slip away, not only failing the mission, but trivializing the sacrifice of the hero. And so he is throwing everything into let's go avenge Glib, kill the orthodoxy.
Okay, out
So
of character.
we're all tracking that.
Yeah.
That again, we'll say that is public. Like you can see the narrative that is on space social media or whatever. Like this is like a holy war of revenge in a way.
I have a plan. I have a plan.
Don't think we can. Okay, let me hear it.
So the plan right now, taking all of that into consideration, is if we go back to Polnari and fake it that they captured me, and that's how we use it, they can use me as a peace treaty by handing me back over to the Necrocephali. Hopefully stopping the combat, because we are in good with Polnaros, and we've seen what Polnaros can do when shit goes bad, and we don't want that getting out. And we don't want the Necrocephali burning the motherfucker to the ground. So what we can do is hand me over to the Polnari and hope to God that when they come to Polnaros and he hands me over as sort of a, here's a peace treaty, we were holding him hoping that nothing would happen.
We're gonna need to. We will need to come up with a good excuse for why they were holding you. Otherwise, they'll just keep on going guns ho.
Well, you have a week
we
to
can say that I tried to take.
We're not doing this tonight.
Yeah, we'll have a week to figure it out. But I like that plan. I like that.
That Glib pitches that like, okay, they want me. They thought that I sacrificed myself, and then y'all showed up and convinced them that I was dead on accident. So we show them that I'm not dead. We show them that I've just been captured, that I'm fine, and then when I come back, I'll have even more acclaim and can control them. If y'all work with Polnaros and all of them, I can control the Necrocephali, and we can make sure that nothing fucking bad happens, because you have an in, and it points at Bello and says, you have an in with the Polnari, I have an in with the Necrocephali. They trust us both. Let's figure that shit out on the way there.
know I'm not like Maine around here, but we don't think we're getting a little greedy with the subterfuge and the espionage and the double crossing, considering how the first attempted coup went?
The first attempted coup was going great before I had my fucking mind wiped.
And what if
And
that
second of
happens
all,
again?
you must be fucking new because this is completely normal around here.
It is
Welcome
pretty
to the
normal.
fucking party. Help or fuck off.
It's good to have you back, Glib.
It is also in my nature to help.
Glib, what's your armor class, real quick?
What is?
What?
This is the end of the episode. Why are you asking that?
What's your armor class,
Oh,
real
I'm
quick?
scared.
Just
13, why?
Oh, then you're very lucky I rolled a nat 1. With my +9, I still miss you. But I just fire a firebolt next to your head, and I'm just like... I don't think you're very good at your job that you're trying to propose here. And if anything happens to Polnari, there's a lot more where that came from. But I will go with this plan.
Fine,
Just
I'm dead.
assure.
I don't fucking care. I don't care if he lives. I don't care if I die. We either fix this or we're all fucking dead or banished here forever. I don't fucking care. You can kill me if you want later. Let's fix this now.
And with that incredible
With that
arousing
said,
speech,
as a sort of final scene, the camera sort of zooms out to the outside of Goodbid's apartment, where from sort of hovering over a roof on the opposite street, we see, observing the entire conversation, the weeping blank. At which point the episode will cut.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's still in play. No one saw it this episode, but it's still around.
Oh.
Obviously we can't make perception checks for it. 'Cause we don't know what we're
When
looking
Glib
for.
said the thing that he did and got an 8 on the perception check, that's what that was for. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys can now speculate in chat about what he said that triggered that perception check if you would like. But yeah, that perception check was to see if that thing was there or not.
holy shit.
Kill Me Later, Fix It Now for the show title. That's also a really good one.
So many good shows.
There was a lot in this episode. All right. So this is a long announcements. Do we have anything? First off, Mike, thank you so much for being here. It was a joy to have Styx back. We'll figure out what Styx is doing for the remainder of that. We'll discuss that later.
Yeah.
But yes, again, while Mike is here, reminder that we have a ton of new merch in the merch store. A lot of stuff for Backspace that was up as of last week. And then as of this week, to celebrate Mike's return, we do now have, as I just put up on screen, the Cool Rolf is Dead design. And again, we have this on the usual stuff, stickers, shirts, hoodies, etc. That is all in the merch store. We have a Patreon, which has been put into the chat as well. Momo, if you want to cover that, that's usually your area.
Yeah, we're about to, that's a, that's
No. Bello has to do it now. Bello does it in character.
Yeah, we're about to go talk about what happened in this episode, all the nonsense. If you want to go ahead and watch that, you can head on over to our Patreon. We have finally come up with a name for our after show, and it is now called Backstage.
This is like at the end of an anime where the characters are like, yo,
Next
Glib was
time
pretty
on-
mad during that episode, huh? Let's see if he gets out of this sucker.
And what's the deal with that weeping blank nobody saw? Maybe we'll find out next time.
Possibly.
I'm gonna do the rundown for next time. Let's hope everybody shows back up.
The necklace satellite attack has begun, but who will come out on top?
Next time on Backspace.
God, I hate this.
We'll see you all next time.
See y'all next Friday.
Hey, y'all.